Mi amigos, su partido muy importante. México y Ecuador. Welcome everybody. Big match. Going to go over to YouTube just to make sure everything's good. I'm going to drop that music. Muka. Do 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 do. Everything's good on the YouTube. Back over to the studio. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jonathan, how you doing, fella? Long live Mexico. Viva Mexico. I'm wearing Ecuador. Going to be a big night for Mexico. You know I love Mexico, but we've got to show some love to Ecuador. I think this is going to be a very interesting match. Jonathan loves Mexico. I do too. Let's see which way this goes. That's a Brazilian track right now. Giving it all Latino American as we go through the muka. Muka means music. Musica. Let's take you into the starting lineups. I am well up for this. Milky Moo, match delayed due to thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening, yes. Updates at 2:30 a.m. Hey, Stevie. Hey, Milky. How you doing, fella? How you doing? I shouldn't whistle because it's not good on this mic, but I like bobbing around. Looking at those starting lineups, I'm going to start off with Ecuador. In goal, number 1, Galindez. He could be a busy man, but he might not be the busiest man tonight. In defence, Hincapie, Ordonez, Pacho, and your boy Zamora. Into midfield and up front as well, Ena Valencia. Seems to have been there forever. Number 15, Vite. Number 19, Plata. The next track coming up, that's Michoacán. Michoacán. Beautiful track. And that's for the Mexican persuasion. But lovely, lovely Michoacán. Another piece of Mexico. There's more coming. There's more coming. I'm saying hello to Milky Moo. Valmo Ecuador. Valmo Ecuador, mi amigo. What's good, bro? Good. Everything's good, buddy. Everything's good. Love those flags. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You know I love Mexico dearly. Mexico don't need no help tonight. This is a game where Ecuador need to show what they've got. And maybe Ecuador might be the team to spoil Mexican dreams in this match. And the reason why I say that is that if Ecuador do not spoil Mexico dreams tonight, and if Mexico win through, well, there's a good chance that they could come up against Congo, or maybe even England. And you know how altitude does. Altitude, while I'm mixing, can mean a lot for the British teams, because they have no altitude and the heat. Listen, England looked really tired and lethargic on the East Coast. It's cool on the East Coast, normally. When you get to Mexico, England, if Mexico takes out Ecuador, then get ready for that altitude and heat and sweating and sucking air and feeling that the atmosphere has no oxygen for you. You can't go any further. You start to lose your legs after 5 minutes. And after 60 minutes, it's even worse. God says, Ecuador all the way. No tacos tonight. No, senor. No, senor. We are going to take this on. Like I say, I'm in for a really important match tonight. Just going to check down on TV right now. Give me a second, guys. Lovely song, Michoacán, Mexico. That's what you're listening to right now. Michoacán, Mexico. Good. How are the family? How's the family doing? Good's asking how the family is. Milky Moo, Jonathan. Ecuador all the way. No tacos tonight. We're getting in the scene. We're getting in the scene. Just checking now online. I'm looking outside the building, and that's an old shot they're giving us. But it's big-time Mexican fans in a fan zone. This was shot earlier. Just so as you know on your TV screens. I watched this earlier, about 20 minutes ago. But Jack Pool Plaza, nowhere near the stadium. So carrying on, let's take a look. Carrying on. Vite, number 15. Plata, 19. Angulo, 20. Franco, number 21 and 23. Caicedo. Caicedo's top player. He can make it happen. He really can make it happen. Going in to look at Mexico for the night. Not much of a change. Rangel in goal. Defense. Sanchez, Cesar Montes. Vázquez, Gallardo. In midfield up front, Lira. Number 6. Number 7, Romo. Number 19, Mora. Number 25, Alvarado. Number 9, the one and only Raul Jimenez. Is he going to hit the screen tonight with a goal again? Jimenez, will he break Ecuadorian hearts? And Quinones, both firing at the World Cup. This is the biggest test at the World Cup. Totally 2026 for Mexico. They did well in the group phase, did they not? Absolutely. They did very well. But now, it's coming down to the wire. Your referee tonight. Let's get you the referee. Referee is Slavko Vincic, Slovenian. Assistant linesman. They're not assistant referees. They're linesmen, for crying out loud. They're linesmen. Tomas Klačnik from Slovenia and Andres Kovacic, also from Slovenia. Fourth official, Mustafa Gobal, Algeria. He refereed a few games already in the tournament. Video assistant referee, Bastian Dankert, Germany. Doesn't say Danker. Germany are out. How must he feel? How must he feel? And like I say, Italy is still at the World Cup. Referees and linesmen bringing that away, bringing me back on screen. But there are your lineups. Done and dusted. Absolutely. Just waiting for one more click on the TV screens. See if we can get some more information on how long that is. I want to see when the match is coming up. But while we're waiting, the track you're listening to is now Los Cafeteros. Yeah, sí. Los Cafeteros, the coffee men. Colombia. Yes, and we're still going to put that Colombia match up. Coming up. Colombia 20, don't worry, it's coming. But I want to see what they're saying about this delay. Two seconds. Boom. La Roja. This is the track for España. Doing all Latino tracks before we finish and get into the match. Absolutely. No, all the way. Ecuador all the way, no tacos tonight. Milky Moo says, what's the highest you've ever been, Steve? Sorry, what's the highest you've ever been, Stevie? I think the highest I've ever been... Well, I've been to the altitude equal to Mexico City. And I've been all over Mexico. As much as I want to see. I've been up a few mountains as well. But I think the highest I could ever say... Well, in Britain, Ben Nevis and Snowdon in a breeze. Altitude in different places. Mountains in Iraq. They were pretty big. So I think level to Mexico's altitude is where I've been. But also many times up in planes, jets, choppers, all kinds of airbirds. Yeah, definitely. How about yourself? What's the highest you've been? Lynn Pitts. Hi, Lynn. How you doing, fella? Good to see you. Hola, Stevie. Gracias por el espectáculo. Yes, thank you for the spectacular. My pleasure. Kevin's in. Milky Moo. Lynn Pitts. If this game has been at 7 p.m. EDT, then I would have watched it at my favourite Mexican restaurant tonight. Oh, wouldn't that be lovely, eh? Wouldn't that be lovely? Kevin Babs, 2 fingers up. Absolutely. Right, Mexico, Ecuador. see what they're saying in the office. Mexico clock up weather games updates 49 minutes ago. Match delayed by a storm. Yes, we knew it was coming in. 18 minutes ago. Mexico, Ecuador live. Updates severe weather. We're going to have to wait and see what's going on. Doesn't tell us too much. We're just going to have to check and sit around. But there's been a few delays on weather, hasn't there, in this World Cup? Not unusual for America, but there has been a lot of delays. Again, Slavko Vincic, Slovenia is your referee. Referees linesman. Tomáš Klančič, Slovenia. Andras Kovacic, Slovenia. Javier Aguirre against Sebastian Bakasese. It's going to be interesting. I did say Bakasese. That's the Sebastian, Ecuadorian coach. Quite the character. Quite the character. Couple of key points. Home field advantage. Does it play into Mexico's favour tonight with that spectacular Azteca Stadium? By the way, half-time, I'm going to take you on a drone flight, and then we're going to catch you up with all the groups as they've finished in a video at half-time. It rolls really quick. 5 minutes in and around the Azteca Stadium on a drone flight. A couple of minutes with the groups, and before you know it, you'll be back with yours truly. That's coming up at half-time, so get ready for that one. Lynn Pitts, everyone needs a retractable dome like the Benz in Atlanta, aka Atlanta Stadium. You know what? If you're going to have these events, plan for bad weather. Don't plan for sunshine. I think you're absolutely right, Lynn. Plan for bad weather. I mean, it's going to happen, isn't it? I mean, with them storms that are rolling in constantly, it pays to have a retractable roof. However, Mexico, lovely, hot, warm place. Storms pass through and normally go away. I'm going to go online right now and check out at windy.com. If you want to check out weather, guys, I stumbled on a site for weather called windy.com. Okay, it's pretty decent. It's got a lot of different features. In fact, you know what? While we're waiting, I've got that up there. This is now Panama's track. So what I'm going to do while we're waiting, guys, I'm just going to check TV, see where we are, see that everything's good. Yeah, they're still in their dome stage. I'm going to take you online and show you what we've got outside, as you won't believe the size of these crowds. I'm going to let you know the real story now. I'll put you on the picture. We'll bring you into the picture. Let's go online and show you the weather. Now that is North America right now. I'm right here. Where the little handy is, I'll shake my hand. I'm right here near the US border. Let's zoom on in. I'm right here where the little hand is. That's a big storm over there. But look at the cloud cover. And more to the point, this thing here and this thing here, they've been hovering there for days. They haven't moved in days. They keep reinventing themselves and dropping an abnormal amount of rain on everybody. We don't get rain like this, and look at that storm up there. I tell you now, you guys in the UK, that storm there is about 1,000 k's, 1,000 miles maybe, long from top to bottom. You could fit most of the UK in that, and I live there, and it's coming straight our way. And the storms that we've had in the last few days have all been coming my way. Just check that. I'm going to show you UK. I'm going to bounce out. Look at this massive harp cloud coming to Europe. I'm going to put the thing in motion and let you show some of this stuff. Look at it. That's not a cloud. What do you think you're looking at? Research HARP. H-A-R-A-R-P. H-A-A-R-P. That's what I'm telling you guys. I'm ex-military. I know what I'm talking about. This is not normal. This is so not normal. I'll take you the other way. You see this line coming out of here from Japan area? This is Korea, Japan. It normally streams across. This line here goes straight to South America. Right into Colombia. I've been watching these clouds per se for a long time. Let's take you closer in. I'll show you some stuff while we're waiting. Let that sit. Watch it moving. Watch it move. You make up your own mind what you think you're seeing. Well, that's the weather so far above us. And I hope it keeps spinning there and going away, that it moves away from me down here. Right now we're on the cusp. But just letting you know, let's take a look down at Mexico. Mexico City. In and around here. There's Mexico City right now. Maybe we get lucky. Let's see which way it's moving. Looking at that, that storm is heading straight to Mexico City. This match might not get off the ground. We're going to have to wait and see. We are so going to have to wait and see. And this is not a 5-minute thing. It's all flowing in to this grey area of harp weather designed to drop rain. But look at these storms coming from nowhere. Literally, they're coming and building from nowhere. So there you go. Just to let you know what we've got in. There's your weather report. I'd be very surprised if this lifts on us. I hope it does. I really do. Coming back at you. Music's done. Music's done. Let's get in the chat. Tell us what we think in here. But I tell you, we're waiting. But I don't know if this game's going to go on, you know. I really don't know if we're going to play this tonight. I hope we are. But you're going to see TV guys talk for hours now. They're going to literally have a horrid time. But let's make sure we have a good time talking to each other. Make sure we stay with each other. And tell us what you're thinking. I am going to go into the chat. Milky Moose says, good morning. Hi, Stevie. Thanks for the show. Lynn Pitts. Beautiful. Thank you, Lynn. A good morning, says Milky Moose Celtic. A lovely good morning. Lynn Pitts, if this game had been at 7 p.m. Eastern, he'd be going to a Mexican restaurant. What restaurant is that called? I'd love to know what the restaurant's name is, because I love Mexican food. I like hot, spicy stuff. But yeah, I do. Kevin Babs, looks like harp cloud seeding to me. Yes, 100%. 100%. Milky Me, my local network has relisted its live coverage as 4:30 a.m. Just gone to now. 4:30 a.m. Another 20 minutes, I guess. It's going to be interesting. Milky Moo says, Pyrenees or the Dolomites. Think not very high, really, but high enough. Yeah, now you're bringing me into... I've done the Alps, okay? I've been up in the Alps. Pyrenees, yes, I've been there. Trying to think where else I've been. I've been so many bloody places. Like I say, I've done all the high spots in Europe. They were easy. And the Hochgrat down in Bavaria, I did that one. That's a pretty good walk. Or a hike. But yeah, lots and lots and lots of places. The funniest one out of all, though, as the story goes, was going up Snowdon. I know that's not very big. But the day I took to go up Snowdon, we went up the long way. We didn't take the train. We didn't take any easy pathways. We went up the wrong way, the long way. And it was literally every 15 minutes you think you're on top and it's just a cloud base. And you're looking at the cloud lifting. You're like, nope, that's not the top. Keep going. And you're literally crawling up the side. We crawled up it at the final sort of maybe 600-700 meters. And literally every 20 meters because of the clouds, you're thinking, oh, I might be there, right? I might be there. And you're not. But yes, Kevin, harp cloud seeding, 100%, 100%. Milky Moo, cold feet. Woo! Cold feet. I'd say this much. I got a lot of times outdoors when I was in the army. And we went everywhere. Everywhere, man. Everywhere. Some great people. Boys from all over the world. I toured with boys. That means served. I toured with boys from all over the world. We had guys from Australia. We had guys from Canada. Obviously, all over the UK. But guys from all over. So getting back to this match, as we get into it. Home field. Does the home field matter tonight? Because Ecuador's a big team coming in, no? I mean, they're not a little number. They can make the damage happen. And they're probably going to sit in defence, make the counter-attacks move as will. But I think Mexico's in for a bit of a difficult one. The storm might be one thing to avoid, but I'm thinking literally Ecuador's your big team in here. Let's see what comes down. I mean, talking about the group phase, excellent phase in the group phase. Limpitz, La Parilla of Atlanta. There you go. Lovely. What a great name. I'm going to look that up. I'm so looking that up. I will be. Has anybody here been to the Azteca? We're in there pretty soon. But has anybody here been to the Azteca Stadium? Anybody at all? And obviously today, you got to say Holland had a big match. Holland packing their bags, going home. Beautiful goal in the top corner there. I mean, that was a beautiful opening goal. Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, Elfenbeinküste, if you're German. Elfenbeinküste. But I'm looking at this goal today going on 39 minutes, Côte d'Ivoire over Norway, 1-0 up. But after that, you got to say Norway didn't panic. Didn't panic at all. Got back into the match. And I'll let you see the TV if you haven't seen it, but they got back into the match, owned the match, and shortly thereafter, that first goal on 39, where Norway are 1-0 up, they would soon add to it, and Ivory Coast would get into it. The game finishing 2-1 to Norway. They're into the quarterfinals, or sorry to say, the round of 16, and the winner coming in from one Braut Haaland. Côte d'Ivoire had a few chances, but wasteful. But close to the end, Erling Haaland literally is the first man to something. You're going to see it in the highlights right now. Great pressure again by Côte d'Ivoire. Should have gone up. Great save by the keeper, but it wasn't to be on the day. When you see Haaland's goal, you will think, I'm not going to spoil it. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm not going to spoil it for you as we're watching TV. If you're watching TV and the highlights, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen Haaland's goal yet. Once it comes around, I'll talk on it. But you got to say, Côte d'Ivoire had plenty of chances to have literally got back in the match earlier and scored earlier. And there were great chances that Norway missed as well. You just see one of them there. Here comes a corner now for Norway. Odegaard. Odegaard hasn't really done it for me in this tournament. I think he's one of a muchness. He hasn't been the player totally. Another one cleared off the line. There were so many chances in this match, and so many times the referee had to calm people down and go to the VAR. And Ali Ahmad. Wait till you see Ahmad's goal. It's a thing of beauty. Wait till you see Ahmad's goal. They're checking that it didn't go in, by the way, on that replay. And it's so obvious to see that it didn't. I don't know why they waste people's time. The VAR is literally becoming a fiasco. An absolute fiasco. You don't need to go to VAR for every single decision. And that's why I say the referees are starting to become cowards. And the linesmen too. They're becoming reliant on the VAR. They put their hands up. It's like, oh, it's not my fault now. I don't have to look. But yes, referee, it is your fault because you are in charge of the match. And if you're literally looking for people to go to VAR and you put your hands up, because you've seen referees do this all around the world now. They're like, oh, it's not me. Watch this. Ali Ahmad. Give and go. Pass 1, pass 2, pass 3. Cuts inside. Boom. Pretty goal. Young Ahmad. Man United quality player at the time. There's a lovely goal from the wee man. And they throw him to the floor. Jump all over him. And shortly thereafter, he gets up and he's literally in pain. I'm not kidding you. He got up later and he's in pain. But what a great goal. Keeper should have come. As soon as that boy is rolling inside, that keeper's got to be off his line. Keeper's not off his line. Doesn't judge it. Doesn't know about traffic anymore. We're talking about Nyland in goal. Why are you standing back there? Get out to the ball. If you get out to that ball, you cut the angles down. That doesn't go in. MSA Faye, the coach, absolutely jubilant with what Ahmad just did. But right at the death, keep watching. Keep watching your screens. If you're watching your screens, keep watching. The ball comes in. That's the first one. Now watch in front of the goal. Ireland, little tap. Now, the points I'm going to make about Haaland's goal is when he taps it in, he didn't hit it hard enough. And he starts to chase the ball because he thinks it's not hard enough and the keeper might get it. Watch the replay carefully. There's his dad. Watch the replay carefully. He hits it in the net, but he doesn't catch it cleanly. And it looks like the keeper might get it. And Haaland starts running in after the ball. Watch Haaland. He kicks it and he starts to chase it in. You see it better from here. You'll see it better from here. Watch this angle. He doesn't get the right connection, and then he starts to chase in, stops, because he knows he's not going to get it. That ball is lucky to go in. Again, and you can see there's an instant where he lurches forward. I'm talking Haaland, to get to that ball. And I tell you, it went in, luckily, but Haaland turning it up, turning it on with his dad at the World Cup. It's lovely to see. And I believe Haaland's now got 5 goals on the tournament. Back into the chat. La Paria Atlanta is the restaurant. Way to go, Lynn. Thank you, buddy. No, not far from Ben's in Atlanta. Okay, yes. I know what you mean. Milky Moose Stevie, did you hear FIFA are seeking sponsorship from Kit Kat for the next World Cup? You know, I hope a lot of fans boycott the next World Cup and stay home and don't spend all this money to stand around. I really do. I think FIFA needs to be kicked in the nuts, and squarely kicked in the nuts. The abuse that they're literally causing on the fans and the prices of everything. We all know about the prices, but I don't agree with it. Not at all. But yes, on the day, Erling Haaland did what he does best, scores goals. But I say again, the shot he made was very close to not going across the line and close to the keeper getting it. Keeper didn't get it, but it was close. 2 seconds. Let's get you up there. There we go. And spin you off a little bit. We're just lining up another screen here, guys. Forgive me. Okay. Milky Moo. Kit Kat. I wonder. I like Kit Kats. I don't like FIFA. Kevin Babs. Ahmed's goal today, in my opinion, is the best goal of the World Cup so far. It's funny you say that, Kevin, because I was thinking as soon as I've seen that from an individual situation, and if you stay with me on this, for the last couple of weeks during the World Cup, I've said a few times, what you need to break these lines down and cripple the midfield and the defence, even if they're sitting in the box, okay, is one thing. A guy with skill, a guy with daring, a guy with confidence who can waltz and dribble with the ball in tight spaces and go past 1, go past 2, go past 3, go past 4. Leave them all for dead, because once you're starting to work between the lines, and what am I talking about? 4 guys in a line, okay? Your midfield. Just go with me. 4 guys, midfield. Right there. There's your 4 guys. And here's little Ahmed with the ball. Vroom. He jumps through the lines. He's left 4 guys for dead. Yeah? Defensive line. Same situation. You've got your defensive line. Ahmed goes through the defensive line. Jumps through. Now there's nobody to stop him. And that's 1 guy on a complete midfield coverage around the box, complete defensive coverage inside the box, and the goalkeeper too. Goalkeeper never moved, never cut down the angle. That makes it even easier for Ahmed. But don't take anything away from that young man's goal today. I agree with Kevin. I think it definitely is the top goal of the World Cup so far from an individual stance. When you're talking a team goal, there's been a few pretty goals. But I agree with Kevin. So far, I think Ahmed has got the goal of the tournament. It could have been Michael Olise today in the France victory over Sweden 3-0, where Olise did an overhead kick, much like that Rooney shot from years ago in the EPL. Leaning back, overhead kick, cleanly hit, beats the keeper, bounces off the very base of the post. Back out into traffic, Dembele runs in, blasts it on net, and misses the goal by about that much. Literally, only by that much. So, that could have been the goal of the tournament if Olise had scored that. If it had gone inside the post and gone in the goal, I think Olise gets goal of the tournament so far, but it wasn't to be. Chris Cavan, how you doing, Chris? Down in Australia. Just saw the update saying delayed till 10 p.m. Eastern, and in spite of the rain and late evening start, there will be Still be hydration breaks. Yeah. I think that's so embarrassing. I mean, you know what? Let's talk about respect. Years ago, these bullshitters at FIFA dished out the respect, this respect, that respect, freaking everything, right? But they don't respect the fans. And they never have done. The last time the fans were really respected, in my opinion, you've got to go back into the 1990s and backwards. Because after then, it just became slow and sure pain to the fans. Everything slowly got it more expensive. Each year it became more expensive than the last World Cup, to the point where I'm looking to go to matches, but I'm severely looking at the prices of flights and hotels and a ticket. And I'm not worried too much about the price of food because you're going to have to eat somewhere, right? But I'm looking at the collective score of matches moving through in the knockout round, and I don't know if I like the smell of those prices. Just to be honest with you, I don't know if I like the smell of them prices. I really don't. Chris, 10 o'clock Eastern. 10 o'clock Eastern my time or 10 o'clock Eastern your time? Because 10 o'clock Eastern my time would be another 37 minutes. And I'm watching the replay, France-Sweden right now. Sweden were decent in the first 15 minutes. They really were. They stayed with it, hung with it. They got opened up so many times. They really did. They got opened up so many times. It didn't matter if it was left or right with the French national team. They just did what they wanted to. They attacked Sweden at will. They had fun all over the park doing it. And I tell you what, if you're talking big team in the competition, France, for my money, literally is on the way to the final. They're on their way to the final. Along the way, you got to hope someone can take them out. But for my money, looking at all the teams and all the matches so far, I'm looking at France being the top team so far. I know everybody's looking at Spain, and I know Spain's literally has to be in the frame. But I think when you look at France and you look at Spain, there's been a few interesting matches in the last few years. Spain's had the upper hand on some of them. But I think when it comes down to it, France know that they have an opportunity here to grab another World Cup. I don't think they're going to play soft. I think they'll go for Spain if it is Spain in the final. You've also got to think about Argentina as well coming through. Are they going to make it? I mean, like Chris Kavanagh says, France looked devastating today. There was nothing that Sweden could do, literally. I mean, it could have been 5 or 6. It really could have been 5 or 6. Great goalkeeping, lucky blocks, just misses, Dembele especially. It could have been 5 or 6. And I tell you, France literally did not look like they were playing full out. They literally looked like they were just playing for fun, opening up the slots in midfield, finding areas where Sweden weren't covering, exploiting the space. There's the overhead kick on the post, and Dembele coming up with a shot over the top. I tell you, it could have been so much more. You're talking Sweden that came into this World Cup looking damn good. People saying dark horse. Well, that dark horse is riding back to Sweden right now. Yeah, dark train, dark plane, out of here. Off the post, I tell you. But they took Sweden out without any problem whatsoever. France is in peak form right now. Have they peaked too early? That's the only worry. If you're a French fan, Les Bleus, have you peaked too early? Because if you have more games to go. And Mbappe waltzing through another beautiful goal, another individual play, Mbappe running through on his own. Dinks past the defender, too easy. Why are you going down? Stay with him, run with him, block the ball, don't worry about the man, block the ball. Too much space. And when that second one went in, Sweden were done. Done. Milky Moo, 3 a.m. GMT for kickoff. 35 minutes. Woohoo! I tell you what, Milky Moo, 3 a.m. for kickoff. That's lovely. And the third goal, bang. I tell you, another thing of beauty. There's nothing Sweden could do about it. Absolutely nothing. They were taken out ungloriously, but they were taken out nonetheless. Give me 1 second here, people. I know what I want, and that's what I want. We're going to it straight away. Give me a second. I'm going to line down. I'm going to look at all the guys coming through right now from the knockout round. Just going to back up and see who's in the playoff round. 2 seconds. Here we go. I'm quickly going to turn on the game's gone past, and then we'll look at who's in the round of 16. South Africa, as you know, Canada taking him out. We're happy, but we'll look at who's coming up next. But Steven Eustáquio, 90 minutes plus 2, gets the winner. Brazil taking out Japan. Big win for Brazil. That's a statement victory for Brazil. Japan's been in some major form coming into this. And for Brazil to take out Japan 2-1, even though it was late, I earmarked Martinelli to do some great things for Brazil at this World Cup, and that's exactly what he did. 90 minutes plus 5, he gets the winner. Brazil can hardly believe themselves going through. Japan had no time to get back in the match. Time was dead. And Brazil moving through to the round 16. Germany won, Paraguay won, and Paraguay gets Germany on the penalties. Paraguay's biggest ever day at the World Cup, going to the round of 16. Never been there. Going to the round of 16, taking out the Germans. But another big country fell today. Or yesterday, I should say. Netherlands, I should say. Going out to Morocco. Mega match. Mega match. Really was. Holland came out strong. And slowly but surely, you watch Morocco take control of the match. Moving through the match. Scoring very, very late to equalise 1 apiece. 90 minutes plus 1. But they moved through the match, slowly taking control of everything. Then it went to extra time. And that didn't prove anything. Then it went to penalty shots. And Holland misses 3 out of 5. Morocco misses 2 out of 5. And Morocco go through Saibari, who had a fantastic match, gets the winner. And like I say, a big day for Morocco. And Canada fans, I was saying before the match, I'd sooner have Holland, not Morocco, in that round of 16 match. I think you would have seen why when you watched the match. Because Morocco is the bigger team and they're obviously ranked higher. And they've come from behind Holland over the last couple of years in the rankings, past them, because they're a bigger team. We, Canada, will play the bigger team out of the two when we get to see Morocco. Ivory Coast 1, Norway 2, I tell you. Goals by Diallo on 74. That was a fantastic goal. You saw that, Ahmed. And Nusa got the go-ahead goal for Norway. And Erling Haaland on 86 gets the winner. Surprising scoreline, though, with France 3-0 over Sweden, if you might think about it. But I watched that match as well. And literally, Sweden did as much as they possibly could. They got great forwards, but who never got into the match. If I was Sweden, I'd have been playing long ball city all match long. I'd have gone old-fashioned as. I would have messed it up, mixed it up, made it difficult, but I would not have ordered my guys to sit on the back line. I'd have come in with a high defence, high line, clog up the midfield, 4-5-1, shake out into a 4-3-2 moving forward. I'm telling you, 4-3-3, sorry, moving forward. But I would have changed things, but they didn't. Now, looking into the round of 16, this is getting interesting. First match in the round of 32 was Canada taking on South Africa. You remember that? Okay. First match is coming up in the round of 16. You've got Paraguay and France in the chat right now. Paraguay, France. Out of the guys in the chat right now, Paraguay, France, what chance has Paraguay got? Can they do what they did to Germany to Paraguay? That's the question. Can they? Chris Kavelin says, hopefully Cape Verde takes them out. I'm looking for that. They haven't lost yet. 3 draws back-to-back. They haven't lost. I'm looking for them to do something really decent. I really am. Hopefully Cape Verde takes them out. Yarabamba, good to see you, fella. How you doing? Prices, Croatia, Portugal in Toronto, $1,900 the cheapest. It's ridiculous, isn't it, eh? It's ridiculous. I think it's an absolute insult to every man, woman and child that loves the beautiful game. They are not thinking of us in any kind way. And please tell me, anybody, and great input, Yarabamba, great input, bruv, great input. But I'm saying, what match is worth $1,900 for the cheapest seat? What match? What rock concert would you pay $1,900 to go to? You could go on vacation to South America for a week for that money. In some places, you could go on vacation, stay somewhere private, and stay 3 weeks in South America or Latino America, Central America. But who wants to pay $1,900 for a seat? We are watching fans literally being tortured by the dollar, or whatever currency you're betting in or buying in. The fans are being disrespected and torn to pieces financially by FIFA, who are supposed to be there for the fans. The peace organization that's turned into a warring organization. Yeah. Steady, steady, steady. Let's take a look at that round of 16. That's where I want to go. You're talking first match in. Paraguay taking on France. I think you've got to say France is looking really good to get to the quarterfinals. No disrespect to Paraguay, but I'm saying France looks good for a quarterfinal place. Now, the next one along, Canada-Morocco. You've got to think, in all seriousness, that this is probably the farthest we're going to go with Canada in the World Cup. Morocco, last time we played them at the World Cup, we lose. We could have done better. The team is better now than it was then. Morocco's still a big number, still a great team, and still on course to repeat what they did in 2022. That's the surprising thing. But if you've been watching them, it's not a surprise at all, especially, like I say, the way they've come through the last 2 years, mega amount of games, chasing a 10th place in FIFA's top 10. That was the mission. Well, they got the mission done, and now they're 6th in the world. Looking damn good. But Morocco, Canada, is it as far as we go? It probably is, If you're realistic, Morocco might be one bridge too far. If we go out of the World Cup in the round of 16, it will be an absolute success for Canada. There's no doubt about it. We're not Mexico. We're not there yet. You notice that Mexico and the US always seem to be able to turn it on for the big tournaments. We're talking Gold Cups, Nation Leagues, at the World Cups. They always seem to be able to turn it on and go up a higher level. That's what we've got to learn to do. Moving through, another round of 16 match, very juicy. And this is going to give somebody certain problems. Norway taking on Brazil. Norway taking on Brazil. Could go either way. Very interesting. Very interesting. Norway had a bit of a deal with Ivory Coast today, winning 2-1. Well, gotta say, Brazil's not Ivory Coast. Brazil's up there. Brazil's gaining confidence, picking up form in the tournament. The right guys are scoring, Martinelli especially. Not coughing up too many goals. They gave up one, but they're not coughing up too many. Tea time. Keep yapping or make a symbol. Milky Moo. Lovely, lovely. Kevin Babs, Sweden was one of my dark horses. I remember that. We didn't see the best of them. No, we didn't. We didn't at all. That match today, like I say, Stolbracken, the coach, I know he had a tough time when you consider you've got to stop people like Olise, Mbappe, and the crew. They can score for fun. Wasn't going to be easy. But sitting on your own back line, you need a release. You need a release. David does not slay Goliath sitting on the 18-yard box. David slays Goliath by slaying Goliath all over the field, getting in his face, kicking him when the ball's gone, stamping on his toes, pulling his shirt, calling his name, getting in his head. That's what David is supposed to do to Goliath. Sweden didn't do any of that. Passive whimper out of the competition. A passive whimper out of the competition. That's what I'm saying. Milky Moose Sambo, screw your spell checker again. Yarabamba, France needs to pass mighty Paraguay. Yeah. And hey, there's no pressure on Paraguay. No pressure at all. They can take all day to get ready for this one. They know that there's only one result going to come through. But eventually, somebody's going to turn up and make life difficult for France. The reason why Paraguay have got where they have is because of defence. It isn't because of total offence, not for a second. They're a great bunch. They fight for each other. It's collectively a tight ship. It's defensive prowess, strength in midfield, and the odd finish that's got them to where they are. If they can get something on the French, that will be impressive. The best bet for Paraguay, stifle the play, hope you stay in it for 120 minutes and take it to PKs. That's the best way. Total defense, 5-4-1, and try and match it out. Scoring from goal kicks all the way forward. Don't pass it out. Goal kicks all the way forward into the mash. Win the first ball, go wide, set up the cross. Make it really simple. The more complicated the game plan is, the less you're going to engage. Just saying. Yarabama says, I don't want Brazil to win. They already have 5 World Cups. Hey, I tell you, that's good. That's good. They do. They do. I remember en route to one of those World Cups, there was a free kick, and I think it was in Korea, the Korea World Cup, Korea, Japan. And Ronaldinho takes a free kick. I'm not watching everywhere, I'm just picking my brain. Ronaldinho takes a free kick close to the halfway line. It's England-Brazil, believe it was a semi-final. The ball's going high, high, high towards the box. It's getting closer to the goal, starts dropping down. There's only one problem. The England goalkeeper doesn't seem to have any feet. He doesn't seem to be able to backtrack to the goal line to watch this ball, to tip it over. No. He stumbles over his daft ass, and that ball literally embarrassingly goes in the back of the net, and Brazil go through, and everybody says, what a fantastic free kick from Ronaldinho. And in fact, yes, it was a decent kick. It had the length, it had the purchase, but it was horrific goalkeeping by David Seaman. And David Seaman did the exact same thing in a European final for Arsenal, costing them a trophy too. So a goalkeeper that was chipped from distance twice in finals. One was a final and one was a World Cup finals. Just saying. Just saying. Milky Moose Celtic, I paid $700 in UEFA Cup final in Sevilla 2003. That's still a record. Is that dollars? $700? I think that's kind of high. 2003, it's still a price, isn't it? 2003, 23 years ago, $700 or $700. That's interestingly high. That is high. Two seconds, guys. I'm just going to see what the error was. I don't say it for fun, but I tell you what, I'll have nothing to do with TSN ever again. They keep losing their signal. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. 20 minutes to go, possibly, till kickoff. We'll know soon. Still showing is the Jackpool Arena pictures from 1,000 years ago, yeah. Is that all you got, TSN? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. For the next 10 minutes, guys, I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to take you on a drone flight around the Azteca. And then after that, you'll be able to see the groups as they finish, just to keep you into this. Yarabama says, the only way for Canada is to play defensive and resist 120 minutes to penalties. I have to agree with you. My take before we even do a pre-game for the Canada-Morocco match is this. Simply, we are going to have to match up man-to-man against a much better team. Canada, 30 in the world. Morocco, 5 in the world. We're going to have to really match up to a better team. Right across the board. Maxime Croupeau, he's done okay so far. He has had a few little positional errors, and I'm worried that he might have a bad day. He normally has a good day. But man to man, we got to match them. We won't beat them for physical. We can match it, though. They're a very physical team, very strong in the ball, very strong charactered, and will nail you for fun. You look at Hakimi, the way he comes into plays, strong as an ox. Yeah? You're not going to stop people like that. You're going to have to work around them. You're going to have to come up with a system that works for it. I think against them, you're saying go 120 to penalties. I think there's something in that. I really do, Yarabamba. How you get there? Simply this. I think that if you stick 5 in the back and you put 4 in midfield, you've got nothing up front. For this match, you got to be brave. Braver than anything else. This is the biggest match Canada's ever had in history. Why sit back, be scared? No. Push your chest out and be counted. Don't hide. Jonathan David, he has a hat-trick in the World Cup, but he likes to hide in World Cup matches. Qatar 2022, I never saw the guy. Never saw the guy. Apart from the hat-trick in the 6-0 against Qatar with 2 red cards, he came through. I want to see what he does against Morocco. Mark my words and remember this. He hides against big teams. He's hidden against big teams playing for Canada. And he's hidden in World Cups. His biggest day was when we played Qatar, or Qatar, with the 2 reds and the 6 goals. He gets a hat-trick. When we play big teams, he is not as effective. I don't blame him completely. Jesse Marsch needs to grow some tactics that I don't think he has. Like Johnny Herdman, you can shout and scream and you can be a man manager, a man motivator, but you're not a coaching genius. We've seen this with other clubs where he's been, and also to give him 4 years after this. Why? It wasn't him that built this team. It was Herdman that lined this up for him. So why give Jesse Marsch another 4 years where everything can go so wrong? We've hit a level right now, but believe you me, teams at this level, there's only one way to go, and that's down. You're not likely to go any higher in the rankings. That's unrealistic. So from here on in, it can only go down. Mark my words, we need to start looking at Morocco as if it's the game of our lives and everything's got to be done, and Jesse Marsch has got to come up with better tactics than he's got at the moment. Weak in midfield against big teams. That midfield, the midfield room, the engine room, is where the game is decided. If we're not in there, we're not in this game. It'll be 3-1 Morocco, 2-0 Morocco, somewhere in there. But if we get into that match, we've got nothing to lose, everything to gain. As long as we stay on that board, the 120 coming up to penalties, that's a carrot and stick for sure. But you've got to get to extra time first. 90 minutes plus, perfect, without a goal. Can you do that? Can you do that? Yes, like I said, we are a better team than in 2022. But Morocco is looking to replicate 2022, and they went through Canada doing that 4 years ago. Just saying. To give you something different and to make you feel a bit better, I'm going to take you on a drone flight around the Azteca, and we shall see what's going on soon. I'm going to get a weather report in between, but right now I'm going to take you on a drone flight around the Azteca. You'll be able to see in and around the stadium too. You'll be able to see Ciudad de Mexico, Mexico City, and I'm not going to say anything. Look into the distance in and around Estadio Estaca Stadium. But look into the distance. I'm not going to say anything. And what do you see in the distance all around Estadio Estaca Stadium Azteca? What do you see around it? I'll take you on that ride right now. Enjoy this. We're getting closer to the match. But let's give you something different while we're waiting. Azteca Stadium. You see how these Mexicans sing that anthem? The love they have for their country. That's what everybody needs to have. Love your country, love where you're from. The epitome of the World Cup is people all around the world. But these Mexicans belt out the national anthem. Did you see England the other day? I don't know why those guys don't want to sing their national anthem, but there's a few of them that don't even move their lips. That's the absolute disgrace to a nation when you do not see your players belt out the national anthem like Mexico! Every single one is singing. But they're not singing, they're screaming it out. And the fans as well. That's the pasión. Pasión. That's the passion. I tell you. Yes, kickoff's coming up next, but I tell you, when you see Mexicans singing the anthem, yes, I'm wearing Ecuador shirts tonight because I'm Mr. Fair Play, you know that. But when you see Mexicans sing their national anthem, that's how you do it. So is the bar set. They sing and scream it with passion. It's absolutely stand-up, top draw. Unbelievable. Brilliant. We're in for a game. We're here now. We're live. We're going to come alive. We've been waiting a long time tonight for this one. The weather, I'm going to keep you informed, it's not great. But the game is coming and the game is on. And if you're looking above the stadium, there's more dark clouds coming in. And I don't like the ref's cam. I think it's average to best. If you was to rate that as a camera, that ref's camera, for clarity, not making you lose your noggin and where you are, I give that camera not even a 1 out of 10. It's not clear. It's out of focus. It plays with your brain. I think it's absolutely asinine. Doesn't need to be on TV. Bakasese, hey my man, how you doing, Mr. Ecuador, and Javier Aguirre in the beautiful green tie. And yes, the turnips are coming out. Let's look at the turnips. There's Slavko Vincic, Slovenian mob, Klancic and Kovacic. The Chiches are on the pitch. Aye, the Chiches are on the pitch. The midget on the right side is not from Slovenia, by the way. And I'm getting in form. I'm so going to have a good time. Jeez, man, I tell you what, I so do not like waiting for the match. But I tell you what, because I came in prepared with ammunition, boom, boom, that's why you got the video, the flyby in and around Estadio Azteca, Stadium Azteca, and also letting you see how the group's finished, because we're just waltzing into the round of robbing now, out of it, into the knockout phase now kind of thing. Julian Quinones, Raul Jimenez, perhaps tonight, maybe something special. It's going to be needed. It's going to be a long night. I think we're in for a long night. The beautiful part about this match is both these teams know how to play football. They know how to think it. They know how to eat it. They know how to shit it. They know football like the back of their hands. They'll get favours off the referee. Watch it happen tonight. And the use of the ball. It's all going to be very intelligent play. Mark my words. And Ecuador, for my money, although the team that's on the road really has a chance in this match big time. Mexico, with all the big fans inside Estadio Azteca. It's going to take a nation to push them past Ecuador, I'm telling you. This is Ecuador's toughest and arguably Mexico's toughest match of this World Cup. I say sit back, fill your glasses, do what you got to do to get primed to get ready for this. But I think we're in for an absolute cracker. Let's have it. Yarabamba, I am torn. I want both teams to lose. Lovely, mate. Who's your team? Who's your team? Who's your team? Yarabamba, what's your team? Yarabamba says, I don't like USA and Mexico, too nationalistic. Imperialistas. Milky Moo, look at those lovely Mexican raincoats. Yes. Ponchos, baby. Just like in Edmonton when I went up for the Canada-Uzbekistan national match. Weeks ago, just a couple of weeks ago. Look at that scene. In the Azteca, everything's green. Teams in green, teams in yellow. For un partido muy importante. Go. Mexico y Ecuador. 10 seconds gone, and it feels like we've been waiting for this for hours. We have been waiting. But I hope you enjoyed that view around the Azteca, because, like, you know, you get to see inside stadiums, but you never get to see around them, do you? You always waltz up and watch the show on TV, listen to those guys on TV, the smoke and mirrors, yeah, the makeup, the stand 20 feet apart because they think it's still COVID. Like, what the hell is that shit all about? Get together. It's a bad image. It's a bad image. It's a really bad propaganda image. They should be snuggled around a table. Close. Like buddies. Guys having coffee. Guys having a beer. Guys and girls having coffee. Guys and girls having a beer. Got to be together. Football's a social event. You can't be social if you're not close. Tonight, a minute in, you're going to see a lot of deliberate play. No one's going to rush this theme. You'll see some probing balls. And everything's going to be pretty well handled by the defenses on both teams. You're going to see some scraps in midfield. But I don't think at the moment you're going to see anybody dominate too much. Plata going down, pretty easy. Alvarado with the worst haircut in the World Cup. I said that at the start of the World Cup. He hasn't shaved it. He's still got it. There's the big man, Javier Aguirre. Second, third time he's been there with Mexico. Very, very, what you would say, successful coach. Let's put it that way. Been all over the shop. All over the shop. The shop being the football world. Now, you see what I'm saying about things being deliberate? Ecuador's in no rush at all. They're in no rush. This could be decided one or two ways in my money. 90 minutes is one way that you think it might happen. The other way is you're going through extra time to penalty kicks. Everything is so deliberate. Arguably, Sebastian's biggest match of his career. He's on the road. He's the away coach in the Azteca. Altitude's in play. It won't trouble Colombian players too much. That altitude won't trouble them too much. There's some pretty high places in Colombia, let me tell you. And the fitness level, I think the teams are pretty even. Colombia's going to be a slightly more deliberate team. Mexico, more of what you would say fleet-footed and quick in between spaces. Keeps it in play. Well played. Well played. Mexico opening up very nicely, coming down the right wing. But again, it's a big match for both teams. It's a great match for this round. If this deserves to be a round of 16, shot coming in, well blocked. This really does deserve to be a round of 16 match. So hence, this 48-team World Cup, it's really robbing us of some amazing round of 16 games because these two teams deserve to be in a round of 16, in my opinion. They really do. And it's going to be sad to see either of these teams running out. But I'm going to share some of my thoughts. Please share yours as we go through this. But Mexico, channeling in and around the box, is going to get down low. He does get it down low. Doesn't put the cross in. Deliberate. Slaps off. Goes to the line. Crosses in. And it's going too far. Mexico still in possession. Colombia having a real issue getting on the ball. But I tell you now, no one's chasing too much on Colombia. They're keeping close to their own zone. They're keeping a closed shell. What do I mean by a closed shell? Everybody's compact together all around the field. And I don't think it's going to work well. I tell you what, they need to just play expansive football like they know they can. Going down the line. Valencia battling away. Diving on his man. Total foul. You knew he was going to do that. You knew Enna was going to end it right there. But we're going to have a tantalizing match. I tell you, we are. We're going to have a very interesting match. Sharing some points about great shot. That wasn't too far off. Sharing some points, getting into it earlier there. Getting into there early. Good little play. Sees the space, takes the shot. Not so far off. Keeper lets it go through. Up high and handsome. Nice routine move for the keeper. Nice one-timer. I like to see guys hit it one time. Why take a touch? Hit it one time, hit it sweet. As the ball comes in, you just redirect that energy. Save the leg power, use the ball power. Straight down the middle, very deadly. Takes a shot. Oh, I tell you, could have been better. Left wing was wide open. Left wing was wide open. He probably should have passed off. But hey, it could have gone in the top corner too, yeah? Does sometimes happen. And I'm not talking about the top corner of the stadium, but in that case, it was going off to Mars. Yeah, it was really way off. But Yaramamba, I respect anybody that talks the truth. I do. I love it when you say stuff like that. Yeah, I love people who just talk it straight, man. You can do that right on here. Everybody's fine. I don't like USA and Mexico, too nationalistic. You know what? Everybody can say what they feel, man. Milky Moo's got all the Mexican flags out there just to tease you. Little bastard, eh? Ball coming in. Get on the end of it! Oh, I tell you, what a big chance gonna begging. Raul Jimenez nearly putting Mexico up in 6 minutes. That will send alarm bells. That will send alarm bells to Bekachise to know that they were that easily opened up. There were 3 defenders waltzing back. One stops running. If he keeps running, this doesn't happen. So talk about focus. You got to watch the play, but Raul has plenty of time on that. Should have been redirecting that into the bottom corner. Big chance going to beg in for Mexico. Big chance. And it is tonight. If you didn't know, because you know Stevie does his research because he's a freak for football, El Tri is Mexico. El Tri. El Tri. But La Tri. That's Ecuador. So it's El Tri versus La Tri tonight. There you go. Mexico pumping out of defense, tic-tac-toeing. They can loads of space. Beautiful field. And like I say, I was watching a video earlier today again of the refurbishments of the Azteca Stadium. $75 million refurbs. Place looks absolutely gorgeous. That's a bit of a miss and hit. Can't control the ball. I'm taking a slug of tea. 7 minutes on, Raul Jimenez, Mexico. One big chance, header goes wide, and he's not happy with himself about that. And nor should he be. Nor should he be. But Ecuador had a really battling physical bout through qualifying to get to the World Cup. Did an amazing job on it. And Bekasese's been there since 2024. Literally changed the complexion and the way of the team. Made them much more difficult to beat on the defensive. And he's really changed their fortunes. Much better team under Bekasese, although he's not the oldest coach in the world. But he's exactly what Ecuador need. And that strength on the ball, what was just personified just down there, that's exactly what he's about. Absolutely. They got rapid attack and pace. Rapid pace in attack. Stealing the yards going down the line. Doesn't get full purchase on the ball, but it does go down. Another throwing coming up. Ecuador. 9 minutes gone nearly. Bekasese on the sidelines there, barking orders. Applauding, barking orders, telling guys what to do, where to be, close the gaps. Staying in communication with his team. And that's a young coach, yeah? A young coach, more energetic, more sort of time to scream and shout and jump up and down and be with him. Jesse Marsh is another one, likes to scream and shout. He's not so young, but he's another sort of firecracker. Javier Aguirre, the senior statesman in coaching, he's just going to stand there, take it easy, observe, make a few little changes here or there. He'll be very reserved in making changes because he will believe that his philosophy against the junior Bekasese is better. Let's see who wins out. But right now, on the ball, Ecuador so far coming up to 10 minutes. You should say Mexico should be a goal up. But Ecuador strong on the ball, but they're making their own problems tonight. They're making their own problems. They're too close together. They need to spread out a bit, make the passes a little bit more expansive. Go left wing, exactly what I'm asking for right now. Now look at them spread out. That's what they need to do. They got to stay spread. Mexico will eat them alive if they get closed up. This is where Ecuador's strength is. Being spread out, slowing the game down, defensive strength, defensive posture, and the counterattacks. That's their game. What you just saw there, the last 5 seconds, that's their game. Ball can come back in, get the cross back in. Takes his time. Working it inside. Staying nicely in possession. Pass and move. Very simple moves. Very simple, clean football. Mexico clearing the lines. So you just saw a demonstration of the way Ecuador need to play, how they normally do play. They're quick to get back in defense as well. Look at all the guys backtracking, coming back. A foul coming up, but look at the guys backtracking. They're racing back to set up the wall to stop the green of El Tri. So again, it's El Tri versus La Tri. And Quinones nearly gets one on the boys there. Watch that foot come through his legs. 11-11. The Angels are all around us. Yarabamba, my team is Canada, and this World Cup, I am behind Team France. I tell you, you got a good chance on Team France winning it. I think they're going to go real close. Could be Spain. That's going to be a problem. Let's see what goes on that match. Argentina have been having favours done for them with the scheduling, if you didn't know. Mexico coming down the right wing. 2-on-1. Should be a foul, referee. Should be a foul, referee. Get the flag up, thank you. A little bit late with that flag, don't you think? While we're doing that, quickly, if you didn't see that, there's the lineups quickly one more time. Just in case some of you guys forgot a few names, just putting it up there one more time. But that miss by Raul, so close, so close. Oh, yes. So close. Mexican fans' hands on heads. I tell you. I do like Raul. He's got such a nice personality to him. Rangel with the ball. Not Senor Ochoa, although Ochoa was in net to finish the last match. Oh, yes. But Rangel in net. What must be going through Raul's head right now? He's thinking, man, I missed a big one. I missed a really big one. And I'm going to have to switch it through. Quinones now fighting for the ball. Open on the right side. Take the shot. Outside of the boot goes off. It's going to be a corner. Nice play. Nice play. Nice play. Nice play. Going to come back on the big screen now. Change your angle looking at me. Not because I just got more beautiful, but I need more space. It will be becoming apparent when I need to do something to pull something out of here. I've got room to do it. So we're into the big studio. And tell you what, that's that big trophy, what everybody is getting into. Yes. Glad you like it. Love the love. Beautiful. Love the love. Referee's having a word. He's not too happy. It's funny how the referees are really getting on players at corners. It's like overly, but in a way it is good. And the referee stops the play. Like now it's getting to the stupid stage. It's getting to the stupid stage. You've said your point, ref. Shut your mouth, man. Just get out there and make it easy for everybody. You're becoming an ogre. You're not supposed to be an ogre. You're supposed to be invisible. Referee is supposed to be invisible, right? Honestly, supposed to be invisible. Get out of there. Corner coming in now. Sloppy corner. Going to the edge of the box. Taps off. Does he take the shot? No, he's going to come further to the right. Slows down now. Slows down. Slows right down. Long cross. Easy pickings. Going wide. Mexico still in possession. Shot coming in. Oh, I tell you. Looks close, but it's not. But again, Mexico marauding around Ecuador's net. You would expect it. You would expect it. 15 minutes gone. Now, Ecuador will grow into the game. But right now, you can say Mexico's made a statement on the offense, but Ecuador's made a statement in defense. And those that don't score normally will get scored on. There's people on the Ecuadorian national team that can finish quite well. Don't let them make them show you. Mexico started very well. Ecuador in the game big time. I've seen good things from both teams. The possession game from Ecuador is what's going to keep them in the match. And when they fabricate something, creates up front, it only takes that 1 second to get it done. Mexico, be warned. But we're in for a magical night, and I think it's going to go long. I don't think this is going to be an early one. I think it's going to be going long, yeah? Sebastian Dankert in the VAR room, you betcha. Coming in from Milky. Video refereeing maybe a little suspicious. A little? A little? Milky. A little? I call him downright cheating, man. I think there's a conspiracy that could be looked at, especially for Iran. Man, if I was the Iranian Football Association, I'd be like, you guys really screwed us, and you know you did. 3 matches, 3 VAR systems going against them. Come on. 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, but 3 out of 3? Come on. Everybody. Iran got screwed, man. I don't give a shit about politics when it comes to football. Soccer. Because there is no politics. It's about my team's better than yours and we're going to beat you, or your team's better than ours and you're going to beat us. But it's about football. Get in there. Oh, I tell you, close on, close on, close on, holding his head. Holding his head. Colombia nearly getting in front. If he gets that on target, that could have been very interesting. But he doesn't. Coming up to 17 minutes gone nearly. We'll have one of those corruption breaks here in a second or two. I shouldn't whistle on this mic, Steve. It's not good. I love to whistle, by the way. I do. I love to whistle. I love to sing. I do. I love to whistle. I love to sing. Blaze, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. Milky Muselti, do you think the Italians are super jealous of Mexico being in the World Cup with lovely green and white and red strips? Yeah, I think they do. I think they do. It's funny you say that because Italy is at the World Cup, as you can see. Italy is at the World Cup. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Referees and linesmen, no players, not even a team. They're gone. But the referees and the linesmen are here. So we do have Italia in the World Cup, just so you know. Jeez, man, why have I got stuff ready to rock and roll? It's crazy, isn't it, eh? It's crazy, but it's funny. Mexico misses can come back to haunt them. That's what I'm saying, Yorobamba. That's what I'm saying. Stevie, you needed geography. Listen, bro, why? What did I say? What did I say? Well, the sweat is certainly on both teams now. And like I say, Ecuador's getting into this, growing by the minute. We've got nearly 20, but they're growing. You can see the signs on this. Mexico must get on the board. Oh, Raul going straight out of foul. A little bit of an outrage, but I tell you what, he made that half of himself. Really, Bakasese's laughing at it. That's what they should do, laugh at it. Referee's having a heart attack. Daniel, how you doing, fella? Daniel Zvigoki, St. Paul's, one and only in Alberta. How you doing, fella? What the heck is the VAR for if they are not calling simple things that millions of people see on TVs? That should have been a corner for Ecuador, right? I think, to be honest, as World Cup goes, these referees are the worst, right from east to west, north to south, as a crew of referees and linesmen and VAR cheats. I think it's the worst we've seen. I'm not ragging on it. I'm not coming down like I'm angry. I'm not. I'm just being real honest. I think the level of the refereeing is not suitable for this competition across the board. And why are these referees so angry? This is a World Cup finals. It's supposed to be something to rejoice and enjoy both for the officials and the players, not just the fans. Why are these referees so angry? Who instructed all? Because they're all doing it. It's not just the odd one, but why are they all so angry at a World Cup? What's that about? I'm sure he's a million miles offside there, but he's racing in. Quinones onside, cuts inside, takes the shot, it's in the net. And he's watching it through, and it seems like it's standing. It seems like it's standing. Goal, 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 goal. It does seem like it's standing. It does seem like it's standing. Holy shitaroo. I tell you. There we go, guys. There we go. 1-0. Holy shoot. Massive shot. What a great shot that was. What an amazing shot. What an amazing shot. 1-0 it is. And 1-0 it is. It says upstairs for El Tri. One over the top, ball through. Wow. Talk about perfect play. He's right inside his own half. Takes it. First touch is beautiful. Second touch is wonderful. Cuts inside. Doesn't need to do anything else. Beats the keeper at the near post. I tell you what. Galindez does not look good on the near post. Does not look good on the near post, but it's up high. What a ripping shot. Get in the net. Wow. Talk about get in there. Holy moly. Javier Aguirre and the Mexican nation are going nuts. What a goal. What a goal to open up the match. That's really going to open up the match. Now Bekasese and Ecuador got to open up. This is going to make for a classic, but what a hit. Individual play from the wing play over halfway, comes on his own, takes his touch, cuts inside, leathers it into net, really puts the laces right into it. Wow. Quinones, it's a goal for Mexico. Jeffrey, goal for Mexico. Quinones whaps it past Galindez. It is a rocket into the roof. Left side of the goal, right side for the keeper. 1-0 Mexico, 23 minutes in. Sooner or later, we're going to have a corruption break and we're going to be able to look at that even further. But what a goal. What a goal. Forgive me, Yarabamba. I love Colombia probably too much. I say that much. But yeah, Ecuador it is. Nice little take. Come on now. Put a goal in. Put a goal in. Ball on the edge of the box. Cleared again by Mexico. La Tri, El Tri, what a match. We got a goal. The game's live. Now there's no place to hide for anybody, coaches included. But Javier Aguirre, Mexico, will be very happy. The senior statesman sees Quinones rip the net off. And literally the fans in the Azteca ripped the roof off. That's what you want to see at a World Cup. Great goals, great plays, speed on the ball. And some great saves as well. Let's not just kill the goalkeepers with brilliant goals. Let's see them do some fantastic saves. But what a goal to open it up. Now, I'm just saying it again. If Mexico win this match, why is he stopping the game? Why is he stopping the game? Really? Something's going on that we don't know about. You got to stop the game right now for a hydration break like that? That just seems a little bit odd, don't you think? Very weird. Very weird. Right, we're going to get rid of that. I tell you, that's just strange. Like I say, this World Cup, the way it's been run and orchestrated, it's just the strangest shit ever, man. I'm telling you. Can't get used to this. I don't want to get used to this. Absolute crazy shit sometimes. But anyway, Yarabamba, we got it. It's not Colombia. It's Ecuador. Jeffrey Perrin goal for who? It was Ecuador. Milky Moose, Mexico. Yarabamba. A Colombian is given the victory to Mexico. Weird for nationalistic Mexico. I'm going to say that again. A Colombian is given the victory to Mexico. Weird for nationalistic Mexico. That's funny. That's funny. And Milky Moo, high rations. Get in there, son. Get in there. Get in there, high rations. I tell you. Well, as you know, I tell you, that is just too funny. FIFA breaks. Well, we're on a FIFA break, so let's give some FIFA breaks. Let's give Gianni some money. Watch the dollars falling on the screen. They're for Gianni. Yeah, you need some more money, Gianni. Poor bastard, I tell you. And England fans, they're not too happy about it either. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. If you saw that, tell me what you saw. If you didn't see it, you missed it. You missed it. But FIFA breaks, I tell you, this guy. And the England fans, they don't like it either. Gianni, he's so poor. He's got no money. I mean, we've got to give the guy some money, right? He's so poor, the poor guy. What a life he's leading. Poor guy. All that money he's making, I tell you. Where's he shoveling it? Where's he hiding the cash? What's he doing with the money? Who knows? Who knows? I'm looking for TSN. I got you there right now. Banging, 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 banging. Golf talk. No, thank you. Get out of here. Golf talk at this time. Nope, don't need the golf talk. Don't need the golf talk. That's not my thing. But Johnny needs the money. Johnny needs the money, and the money's running down. Game's coming back. Johnny needs the money. Johnny needs the money. Yes, he does. Poor guy. Needs the money. I tell you. 1-0. Come on, Ecuador. Get back in there. Get the swing of things. Make something happen. Or you're going to watch it go by you. Second goal goes in. I think Ecuador will be done, quite frankly. They're not a scoring machine. More so, he goes down. Eventually, he goes down. Looking for the foul. Referee's not having it. Oh, I agree with the referee there. I agree. Milky Moo. America gets the World Cup, and they think they can change the rules of the game. And they would. Don't think they wouldn't. Yeah, I know. But there comes a time where you've had enough. Everybody has a line that gets crossed, and I'm no different to anybody else. I've followed football, soccer all my life, worked in the industry, played it, and there comes a time where I say simply this: when did you ask me, the fan, if I wanted VAR, tacking onto the price of my ticket, etc.? If you wanted me to subside to these hydration breaks, when did you ask me when I bought those tickets and paid for that flight and that hotel and all the food? When did you ask me about this strange refereeing that's going on right now? What am I saying is, when did you ask? They keep changing things without your permission. Now, I'll give you an example. Sweden said, up your ass. You know why? Because they don't have VAR. Look it up. Look it up. Sweden fans don't have to put up with this shit. We do. When did they ask you? You've got people in your football associations that are yes men and yes women, and they are corrupting the game to the hilt. Without those yes men and yes women, weak asses in international football associations, if it wasn't for them, this would not get to this level. You have to have people comply. The football association should not be complying with what FIFA's wishes are about. Because FIFA's wishes are not about the game. They're about making money and turning it into a computer event where eventually maybe even they'll have robots playing the game. Because it doesn't seem to be having a literal future like it had maybe 30, 40 years ago. Football had a great future. It's not the same anymore. Ball's loose. Mexico on the edge. Tic-tac-toeing. Quinones back to Ramirez. Get it in the net. There's the insurance marker. Rub it out. It's done. Put a fork in them. Ecuador are not at the races. At all. Not at the races. Quinones is Colombia's only black in the Mexican team. Correct. But they won't make any assertion to Quinones' colour. No. La gente de Mexico. The people of Mexico. That's what he is. He's a person from Mexico. His game. They'll talk about his game. But, I mean, great assist there. Nice in front. And I like, what a finish. What a finish. What a finish. Beautiful touch on the ball. Perfect weight. First touch from Raul is brilliant. And he's spinning it with the inside of the foot, curling it outside away from the keeper. Watch it move away from the keeper. Beautiful finish. I tell you what, Jimenez is on fire tonight. One away from a hat-trick in the first half. 2-0. Woo, 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 woo. Milky Celtic. Yarabamba goal. 2-0. I tell you. 2-0 it is. We're going to give it another big celebration. And it is 2-0 Mexico. Wow, is it ever going their way? Is it ever going their way? They are putting Ecuador to the sword. I tell you, fantastic. And Raul could have had a hat-trick, remember? He missed that header at the near post after 7 minutes. So right now, after 30 minutes, he could well have had a hat-trick. He could well have had a hat-trick, but he misses after 7 minutes, 32 seconds, I believe it was. But yes, Milky Moo, hopefully we rid of it in the next World Cup, Blaze, and never see it again, but I'm not sure. Blaze says, absolutely insane to me still that FIFA are doing something good by adding hydration breaks. But it's just disgustingly obvious it's only for the ad revenue. They could care less about the players. In the future, it's up to the associations not to have those yes men and yes women in those high places. You need to fire their asses and then have the players have the strength in the players' union to say, FIFA, fuck off. We're not doing it. If you don't think about us, you can shit the bed yourself because we're not playing this game anymore. If you've not got the players' benefit in your mind, then don't be charging money and don't be killing the game any further. I talk passionately like you about this because I'm absolutely furious about the twinges and the tweaks that they're making to this beautiful game because they're making it the ugliest passage in footballing history, especially these draconian referees that can't just keep their minds to themselves. Let them get up. Let them fight. There's nothing won or lost there. Too much yakking. Too much yakking by the referees here. They're not the personalities to play are. If two guys go down, let them go down. VAR's there to look at it, isn't it? Isn't that what they're supposed to do? So why is he making a scene, a big song and a dance about nothing? Referees should be invisible. When a referee is doing a magical job, you don't even know he's on the field. That's the definition of a great referee. If you don't see them every 5 seconds wanking off about something or other, you got a great ref on the field. All these FIFA referees at this World Cup make me want to throw up. They're all too much on the players at the wrong time, and they're too much on camera. They shouldn't be on camera. What's all this bullshit about walking on at the start of the match? Who cares? They're a referee. They're not supposed to be heralded. They're supposed to be invisible. They're supposed to be referees, impartial. Why do they need any airtime to become a superstar of any nature? It's not their game. The players are the superstars. The camera work is also on the referee too much, and that is deliberate FIFA propaganda. I know. Great point there, my friend. As I mentioned before, Mexico in the Azteca has only lost 2 times officially in the whole history. Now, here's the interesting part, okay? We can talk about things that are expanding. There's a game coming up tomorrow. I want you to join with me. It's early. England, Congo. The winner of that match is going here. They will have to play in the Azteca with the altitude. Mexico absolutely peaking. They've moved up to 9th in the FIFA rankings. When this competition started, they were 14 in the world. They're now 9. So they're ascending the world. They're a home team, home cooking, playing on the front foot, scoring for fun, dismissing all the doubters. And if they keep moving through this tournament, well, eventually, excuse me, they're going to go far. But not talking too far ahead of ourselves. The next time Mexico play here, there's only 2 teams coming in. It's either Congo or England. One of the 2. They play tomorrow. Join me tomorrow for that match, England-Congo. And here's the thing. I'm not saying England's winning that. You've seen how England play against African teams throughout history. They always have problems with African teams at World Cups. There was an amazing game years ago, 1990 World Cup. England 3, Cameroon 2. England were 2-1 down with not a lot on the clock, and England go through with 2 penalties from Gary Lineker late in the match. But I'm telling you now, England are not necessarily going to win that match easily or at all, because Congo's going to be fighting with everything they've got. And you've seen upsets already. It doesn't need to be a win. It could be penalties. But the point is this. This should worry both England and Congo fans. The next match you get to play, if you win tomorrow, is here. Ciudad de Mexico, Mexico City, Azteca Stadium, Estadio Azteca, against Mexico. That is a big ask. Ball straight through, going way out. But that is a big ask. A really big ask. So you've got to ask yourself, England, Congo, keep watching what Mexico's doing, because eventually you're going to have to face them. And when you do, it's not going to be easy. But Mexico right now, building with loads of confidence, they're going to be getting stronger and stronger through this match. Eventually, if the third one goes in, look for Aguirre to make some changes really quick, because it's going to happen. He is now looking and thinking in his mind, okay, we're into the round of 16, looking like it. Let's get to half-time. We'll readdress at 60, 66, 65, make the changes. But then he's thinking in his mind a couple of things. I've got to see this match out, but I've simply got a plan right now for the next opponent. I can plan for the next opponent. It doesn't matter who it is, but I can start the planning now. He'll look at the fatigue levels, fitness levels, hydration, all sorts of things. Nice cut inside ball coming inside. Passes off. Great save by Rangel. And going for the corner. And Yeboah Zamora has had a great World Cup for Colombia. He has had a great World Cup for Colombia. Sees that shot saved well by Rangel. Out for the corner. First big chance in a while. Let's see what Ecuador can do. Congo could be tougher for Mexico. I think you're right. The one thing about England is they're very lethargic and very standoffish. Not lazy, but they just don't chase you hard enough. And wait for the corner to go. Referee's having another heart attack. Ball in. Far post and easily defended by Mexico. I think Congo could be a tougher bet. Absolutely, Yarabamba. I really do. England don't hassle. They don't seem to have the fitness level either. They're suffering in the heat. It's a typical old-fashioned thing, you know. The heat is killing them. And it really is. And a few of their players look heavy, like Reece James has the injury. Declan Rice had a slight injury. But they look heavy. They look heavy and unfit. And let's face it, they played in the EPL recently, but they look heavy. They look, no disrespect, there's too much fat on their faces. They're living too well. They need to drop pounds. They need to skin down. You look at France, a lot of their players are skinny, fit as. And that's gone because they're going to the next level. England look heavy. Congo look fit. So yeah, Congo will suffer. Back post header, punched out by Rangel. Mexico chasing, throw in Ecuador. But yeah, Congo would be a tougher bet for Mexico. I think Mexico wins that. So when you say that off the back of this and projecting where Mexico's going and where they're going to be, and the next Mexico match I will be dressing up as a Mexican. Corner coming up, Ecuador. Fortuitous off Sanchez's head. But it's a corner. Yeah, but great save, Milky Moo. Keeper. Blaze 30th, I think. Yeah, we're 30th. Canada's 30th. We were 32. We've gone up a couple of places. But Morocco. Ooh, I tell you. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. So why does the camera need to be on that referee? You tell me. You ask me that. If that's not propaganda, why is the ball and the camera got to be on the referee? He's not the game. You see what I'm saying about FIFA brainwashing people while you're watching football? These are FIFA's cameras. They're the shots coming out of FIFA's directive. You've never seen so many shots of referees in your life. You're being brainwashed. They want you to fall in love with the referees and the VAR, and they're trying to brainwash you with camera work to do that. And again, I tell you, Sweden has no VAR. And I think they are the only country in Europe, especially, with any balls. Because they stood up and they said, no, we don't want it. Their fans actually stood up because the clubs, 51% of the clubs in Sweden are fan-owned, okay? That means 51% of the fans overall own the clubs. And the fans said no. It was the fans that said no, not the clubs, the fans in Sweden. So herald the Swedes. Ball coming in. Oh, I tell you, he was close on. Nearly number 3 there for Raul, our man. Jimenez is looking for the hat-trick. He'll have one more try before half-time. Can he do it before half-time and become an absolute Mexican iconic hero? Leyenda, a legend. Jimenez, de Mexico. Leyenda. I've always liked him. Always. Blaze says, I gotta say, let me have a cup of tea. Excuse me. Oh, that's better. Blaze says, I gotta say, I feel England and even Portugal have been very underwhelming this tournament. Yeah. I tell you, I so agree. I do. One thing about Portugal, it's not really talked about, but it doesn't look like a happy bunch of people. It looks like people doing their job. Ball on the edge of the box. Brilliant! He had time. Oh, I tell you. He had time. He doesn't connect with it, but well picked out. I told you he'd get one more chance, and if he'd have connected with that, he's on the edge of the box asking for it. Doesn't connect with it. Hits the dirt. Hard skill to catch that on a volley. I could do it any day of the week, by the way. It would be in the back of the net by now. But on the edge of the box, tough. Ene Valencia, I tell you what, my friend, I think you're looking at the way out of the tournament. You guys have offered nothing up front. 2 down, you got a mountain to climb. In fact, let me put it this way. You've put a mountain in front of a mountain to get back in this. If Javier Aguirre keeps everything going as it is, Mexico's walking through to the round of 16. And again, if England or Congo come in, clearly on this form, you've got to say Mexico's got a big chance. So then they're a possible quarter-final candidate. And on this form, you can beat anybody. Just saying. I'm not saying they're going to win the World Cup, but I do think they got a great chance of getting into the final 8. For the reasons that you said as well, Blaze. Or, sorry, give me a second here. Blaze, it was Blaze. Blaze saying England and Portugal are underwhelming. I think if England go here, they will be underwhelming. They won't have the fitness. They'll run out of gas, and Mexico will tear them a piece. It probably would be 2-1 Mexico, maybe 3-1 Mexico. But I doubt if England can compete with Mexico for 90 minutes, especially if you go to extra time. The longer it goes for Mexico in any match at the Azteca, the longer it goes, the more the advantage sways in their favour. It really does. It sways in their favour. The more they play in the clock, further to 90 minutes plus, it's theirs. Because say the coach looking slightly forlorn on the side, you can see in his eyes that he's beaten. You can see it. You can see it. What can he do at half time? Tactics. Try playing in the other half more. Get on the ball. Ball going through now. Try and make an advantage out of that. Unfortunately, cannot. 5 minutes added time. So again, Mexico's turned up, done the job. Great performance all around. And Jimenez, the hitman. Whew, I tell you, he is a hitman tonight. Does he get the hat-trick? You can see it happening in the second half. Nasty little clip there. Referee, you might have a word with that one. Nasty little clip. Gets the foot. No ball. Miles away from the ball. Not even close to it. Again, a lot of these calls not being called. And if you pop out one of these once in a while, it stops the bad things from happening, no? Ball over the top. That's a searching ball. Can't get there, though. Milky Moo says, no VAR in Irish top flight, Stevie. Not wanted, just for European matches. Yes. Yes. When it first started to be rolled out, VAR, it went to the countries with the big leagues, those that had money. Because one thing they underestimated, especially in CONCACAF, I can speak on that for guarantee, was that the expense on every national team per se, let's just think about the Caribbean and all the island chains that run down from, say, the Bahamas. Then you're looking at the Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic, and they roll down all the way down close to Colombian, and I did say Colombian coast, yeah, with a lot of little islands close to there, Curacao and the rest of it, near to Venezuela as well. So there's clubs in that area, national teams, that when VAR was rolled in, they couldn't do it. They couldn't afford it. There's teams throughout that region that still cannot afford VAR. So when FIFA brought it in, I said this at the time years ago, if you're going to roll this in, you've got to roll it into all the poor countries as well, and you've got to pay for it. If you want this to be accepted, everybody's got to go for it. Going down the line now. Does he get the cross in? Corner ball, well tackled. Well tackled. Corner ball coming up. Last kick of the half. But when they rolled it in, they should have rolled it in for all clubs and international teams around the world, and FIFA should have been behind paying for the nations that didn't have the money, is what I'm saying. But they didn't. And there are splinter leagues like in Ireland, Sweden, etc., in Europe that haven't got it. But the big leagues have, because they had the finances to put it in without worrying about it, without going bankrupt. And smaller nations just couldn't afford it. Halftime called. Referee calls it. And that's 2-0 at halftime. Raul looking like the champion, or Un El Mágico. Hey, Cabby's in the house. Hey, Cabby, how you doing, buddy? Mexico is 2-0 up, son, at halftime. They are. They're doing well. Are you doing well? You are doing well. Right on. Right on. Doing good, doing good, doing good. Gets back into it. Yaraban, one thing for sure. Sorry, let me not miss anything. Milky Maneuver, you got you. Yeah, Yarabamba says, one thing for sure is that it is not going home for England. The younger of two dinosaurs together with Uruguay. I'm going to read that again. Yarabamba says, one thing for sure is that it's not going home for England. The younger of the two dinosaurs together with Uruguay. That's good. There's a song out It's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home. It's been out for how many years? 30? 30 years? I always take the edge off it, and I sing my own lines. I don't know if you've heard it, Yarrabamba, but I say, it's coming home, it's coming home. Nothing's coming home. We don't believe the media shite. Just saying. It keeps it real for every England fan if you don't get sucked into what the media says, because when did the media ever tell you the truth on any level, on any subject, ever in your life? And as you've grown older, just so as you know, as you've grown older, they've lied even more and tainted the truth even further with everything you've read. So never look for the media for anything good, because they're not good people. Unless you're talking sports media. But even then, nowadays, you can see the dark politics in the writings on the articles and the headlines. I tell you, dark world we live in. So stay out of the news and stay in the light. Stay with the happy people. Yes. But England not taking it home, I don't think they can. I think there's a chance they can, but they'll need other people to fall. There must be something wrong with Spain and something wrong with France for that to happen. And England's got to travel through big teams to get there too. They don't normally do that well at Europeans or World Cups, especially. Euros, it's been better of late, but still haven't managed to get that final trophy over the line. Don't give me a Euro. I don't give two tosses for the Euros as a trophy. That's nothing. The only trophy that counts in international football, in my opinion, I might be wrong for you, but the only trophy that really does count, in my opinion, is the World Cup. That is the only trophy. Nothing else matters in international football. You can keep your Euros. That's another UEFA FIFA situation where they're making money. It's not competition. It's money. It's a business. Football, the sheer football, that's your amateur football. That's where real football exists. Sunday League, kicking the absolute crap out of someone you don't know, and then going to the pub after the match, having a few swigs, some good food, and a few laughs. That's football. Just saying. Milky Moo. It's actually really nice to watch a match with VAR. Every Friday night League of Ireland is on. I'll tell you what. I'll let you have that. I love watching Wrexham every night per se, and I love watching it without VAR in the Championship. The Championship is a mega league. Top entertainment. Great skill, great feistiness, great organisation, super grounds, great fans. Cabby watches all the games. He's a Wrexham kiddie, aren't you, buddy? Do you want some fresh stuff? Okay, I'll get you some. Cabby's into the cabs. He's bobbing and weaving right now. That little head's going to start digging. He's hungry. He's been outside. But yeah, every Friday night, the League of Ireland is on. I'll start checking out with you. Milky Moo without. Okay, that's better. Milky Moo. The only thing coming home is a shocking post-World Cup credit card bills. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I tell you. Listen, for me, there's other teams that are way more serious than England and want to look like they're winning something. Yeah, England don't seem to be serious enough to want to win something, and that's what I'm saying. They just don't seem to be serious enough. But listen, I'm going to get a fresh cup of tea. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, but I'm going to leave you with that drone flight again over the Azteca, because a couple of people emailed in and said they want to see it again, so I don't disappoint. I'm going to put that back on for you, Mike and Susie. And Azteca drone is coming up right now. I'll be back in a second with a fresh cup of tea, but keep it here. We're going strong second half. And the music is over. Coming back for the match here pretty soon. Tell you what, 2-0. What do you think is going to happen in the second half? Does it get worse for Ecuador? Have they got something in them? Can they get back into this match? Those are the things I'm asking myself as I'm listening and jigging and wigging out to the music in behind the scene. You should see me behind it. I'm like dancing everywhere. But I'm saying, that's why I'm a little bit out of breath right now. But can Ecuador get back into this? I'm just watching stuff going off, guys. But can they get back into this? I mean, it's an ask. It's a real ask, isn't it? Right now. It's a real ask. Can they? Can they? Can they? Yarabamba, Pache in PSG is a monster. Pache for Ecuador is Stevie Cats. Too funny. Ecuador fans looking for something here for sure, no? But look at it. I mean, you're in the Azteca. You're taking on Mexico. You're 2-0 down at half-time. It doesn't get tougher than that. I mean, you're asking for 3 goals to win it. 2 takes it to extra time. You've seen nothing from Ecuador really in the first half that really showed you that they'd scare you in the second half. Coming in. Preciado coming in. Ordonez and Franco leaving the play. And Medina coming in as well, number 26. Interesting insertions, but will it change the match? I don't think so. I don't think so. The other day I was listening on TV and the announcer said these guys are all impact players on the bench. And I'm like, no, they're not. They're substitutes. They're total substitutes. That's all they are. As a substitute, you're supposed to come in and better what's coming out anyway. So that in itself impacts the match. But to call them impact players is so generically wrong and so inaccurate, it's not correct. They can impact into the match when they come in, as they always have done coming in, or they don't. Because you've seen a lot of substitutes come in that didn't impact anything, yeah? Didn't change the match at all, right? So how can you start calling all substitutes impact players? It's incorrect. Anyway, 2-0 Mexico. Jimenez and Quinones, the big scorers for El Tri against La Tri. And La Tri needs to do the same in the same net that Mexico did. If they can get an early goal, you never know. Miracles do happen. It is the World Cup. Literally, a referee, you are literally blind. Referee, you are blind. I want to see the replay on this. If there's any trickery, VAR might come into play. Let's see what happens. Referees are allowing play to go on it. Quinones on the ball, looking for support. Comes in the middle. Gets it wide, beautiful open play. Nobody defending the right side. Take the shot, son. Over the side. Oh, I tell you. Could have done better. Could have done better. Had so much time out in front of the box. Colombia 20. Good evening from New Jersey. Colombia 20. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. That game's getting listed. Don't worry. It's getting listed. We're going to be watching Colombia, mi amigo. Los Cafoteros, senor. Great game going on, though. Mexico's 2-0 up. Referee's having another reason to stop the match. Again, the anger on some of these faces on these referees, it's like, calm down. Just calm down and enjoy the occasion, man. Good evening from New Jersey, says Colombia 20. Milky Moo says New Jersey. That's it, New Jersey. And I tell you what, there's a big Colombian community. Oh, yeah. Big. For decades. Absolutely. Bakasese not looking too happy, and you can understand why. 2-0 down. I mean, it's not going that great, is it? Let's face it. Kabi is the cat's name. Yarabamba Kabi. He used to live in a cabina outside in the freezing cold. He was a stray. And he kept looking at me with these big eyes going, let me in, please. Take me in, please. It's -20. It's freezing. It's snowing. And he kept looking at me. And he kept looking. And I started to look. And he kept looking. And I stopped looking. Picked him up. Brought him inside. And he literally hit the carpet and slept. Literally for like 4 hours straight. He was exhausted from all the cold. And he's been here ever since. So he was a stray. Tried to find out whose he was, but that's pretty tough. And Cabby is in here. Because initially I built him a little cabin outside, okay? A little box with a window. Had food and water, you know. I thought he might tough it out, you know, be an outdoor cat, but he wasn't an outdoor cat. He's tough looking, but he's a soft-hearted guy. He's a softie. Yeah, he's a really good friend. He's a good little buddy. And he's so grateful that he's in the warm. Yeah. So that's Cabby, where he came from, and he's total football. He watches all the Wrexham matches with us all season long. Oh yeah, as done for all the seasons. Big challenge coming in. Mexico don't like it. Throwing the ball back, it's a free kick. Goal. I tell you what, it's not going to be happy days unless they get that goal. They need that goal coming up soon. Ecuador need to get one in the back of the net. Seriously. It's got to come sooner than later. It can't have 2 goals coming late in this match for anything. And meanwhile, Mexico relaxing, sitting back, full of confidence. Once they get the ball, they'll do the nice interchange play. They'll move up the field as a body of men, take possession in and around Ecuador's box and pick off the 3rd goal. The game is wide open right now. Mexico fully in control. Ecuador chinking away at the outside. It's doubtful that they're ever going to get one tonight. But now they need 2. So they need to go up Everest twice. Twice up the north side. The north face. Imagine that. That's the size of the task for Ecuador tonight. They get 2 goles. 2 goals to tie it up. Amazing hard thing to do. Colombia 20. Colombia and Ecuador make me laugh because, in my opinion, they have good players and good talent pool, but they are not superpower like Brazil and Argentina. Yeah, that's true. Shot coming in, high, wide, and handsome. It's true. It's individually, Colombia and Ecuador have got some really top draw players individually. But for some reason, they don't come together at the same level as, like you said, Brazil, Argentina. It's an interesting point. I would really like to see Colombia really do well. I would. And that's in my heart. But my brain says no. You know, to be honest. Heart says yes, brain says no. Ecuador and Colombia, their playing style are the same. Yes, I agree. Similar playing style. I agree totally. Sometimes it's a little bit, I don't want to say soft. It's fragile. It's a fragile midfield. It's a fragile ball play that they both adopt as well. Hence what you've seen with Mexico tonight, 2 goals, bang, bang. It's a fragile, it's beautiful football, but it's fragile and it just needs to be stronger in its makeup, you know? Needs to be René Higuita in every position. It needs to be really something special. Yeah, a team full of El Mágicos. A complete team of El Mágicos. That would be like something really lovely to watch if you could ever see Colombia get to that stage. Eddie dodging around on their line and great digging it out. Nearly getting caught in possession in a bad spot there. That would have been 3-0. That's definitely lights out. It's simply lights out right now. It's 2-0 right now. It's definitely lights out as far as I'm concerned. Ecuador coming in and blazing over. Should be a corner. Enner Valencia looking for the corner. It wants the corner. Is it a corner? Looks like it's a corner, but it looks like it's offside. Yes, it's offside. There you go. Flag straight out. Close to him. So the offside was close to him. Yep, the offside was close to him. If flag's up, it's on the far side of the field. We have brought the linesman's flag in because the officialising is absolute shite. Just so as you know. One more time, flags are in because the officials are absolute shite. Offside. Hold it down low, he's close to us. If we hold it high, he's on the other side of the field. Offside. There you go. I'm now part of the officials of not FIFA, but FIFA. I'm officials of football. We don't screw up like you lot. We have a laugh. FIFA's too serious, man. They've gone too serious, man. It's like watching football sitting next to the jailer or the warden. You know what I mean? Big ogre. It's lost its fun feel. You have the fun feel when you're at the game. I'll tell you that though. FIFA needs to loosen its strings and put some more fun into the game. Focus on the fans. Do more with the fans. Nice ball coming up. Colombia not wasting any time. Ball comes back into play. Becasese urging the troops to go forward. Colombia 20, but in Colombia, there's a big problem with corruption. The teams that get promoted to the first division pay to stay in the second division. That's the problem in Colombian football. I'll say that again because it's so right. In Colombia, there's a big problem with corruption. The teams that get promoted to the first division pay to stay in the second division. That's the problem in Colombian football. Referee's coming back. Doesn't like what he sees. Taking a look at two guys down. He'll sort it out. VAR's obviously talking to him. One guy kicks one guy. Nothing in it. And you can see why they're both hurt. Oh, I tell you. He's a little bit late on that one, on the back of the heel and on the toe. I tell you what, good on them both for getting up and walking away. Back of the heel, I was saying, though, that's going to twing a bit. Yeah, unfortunate coming together. I don't think there was any malice in that, but I tell you what, the back of the heel, that's going to twing. That's going to hurt. You'll feel that later. Heel, man, yeah. Corruption. It's funny you say that. It seems to be all over football, eh? I tell you, especially at the top, yeah. Sepp Blatter and the guys and hotels full of cash. Yeah, back in the day. Well, some of them got caught. It seems not all of them. Ecuador on the edge of the box now. Overloading. Can he get the cross in? Taps off. Cross does come in, and Valencia doesn't get it on net. Gets it on the header, but gets it on the defender. Ecuador seeing more of the ball. Mexico sitting back, maybe conserving energy. Let's put it that way. They're going to conserve energy as the competition wears in. And smart move, beautiful position to be in. 2-0 up in a game is absolutely fantastic. You can bring your subs in 60 minutes in. So look for Javier Aguirre in maybe 5 minutes. I'd be doing it now. Bringing on substitutions. Slowly. Don't disrupt the game. Like for like substitutions. Same styles for same style, in other words. Defender for a defender in the same slot, you know what I'm saying? Just if you're new to the game, I'd substitute a forward for a forward, midfielder for a midfielder, defender for a defender in the same position. Wide positions, centre positions likewise, but they'd be the same. Because you're going to build two teams in your World Cup squad. Face it, if you don't, what the hell have you done? You've literally got to get two players like for your whole squad so that you can change your player on the fly and you know that each of those two guys can get the job done because that's what they play. So you got two teams in your World Cup squad. Believe me, you should have. And that cup of tea is mega. Oh, that first cup of tea got so cold because of the stoppage. Oh, I tell you, it was so sad. So sad. So sad. Milky Moo, be practicing shipping signals next. Oh, too funny. Yeah. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Every time there's an offside, I'm going to go, offside. Come on. Miles offside. Well, Milky, honestly, the linesmen have been so wank. I thought I'd better get the flag out and get dressed up and start doing the job because obviously they can't do it. And we all call it a lot quicker than this bunch, yeah? You know what I'm saying? Mexico going down the right wing, backing it up again. Oh, he gets caught. Free kick referee. Nice, easy call. No damage, no problem. He's fine. He can take it. Little Mora getting clipped there. Number 19. Busy little bee. Mora is a busy little bee for Mexico. Does a lot of, I say, work that you don't get to see. And but he's kind of wasteful. Good coming in. Gutierrez coming in. That's a good one. Mora out. Gutierrez in. And if Valencia's day's done, I don't think he likes that, but whatever. Rodriguez is coming in. And Ene Valencia, big icon for Ecuador, is done. He is out, and he looks sad because he knows his World Cup has come to an end. The World Cup is over for Ene Valencia. Dunzo. 2-0, Mexico y Ecuador, Azteca Stadium. 2-0, Mexico, Azteca Stadium. Long way to go. 32 minutes gone. Oh, sorry, 32 minutes to go, sorry. 32 minutes to go. And you got to say, Ecuador's fighting, but for me, my money, this is like a training match now for Mexico. Unless Ecuador can find some quality and raise their game in the final third, and I mean he really raise it, then this is not going to change. This scoreline will not change. Ball over the top. Now he looks like a shade off. Will he keep the ball? I don't think he will. No, he doesn't keep the ball in. Nice idea. Nice idea. I'm having some of that tea. That is good tea. Oh, my life. I like Bekashese, but I feel sorry for the guy because I think he knows it's done. I think he knows it's done. Raul Jimenez. How long is he going to stay on? I think you might see Aguirre take him out. Keep them legs for the next game. And if it is, just saying, if it is England that play Mexico in the next match, Jimenez knows a lot about English defenders because he's played in the EPL for quite some time. So who better for Aguirre and co to talk with about how to open up England? Just saying, insight there. Raul Jimenez knows the England players, knows them, knows their strengths, knows their weaknesses, knows how they play, sees them every week, every day, all season long. So he's got his own intel just by viewing and playing against players in the EPL from the English national team. So he'll know what he's coming up against. I'm sure Jimenez can see himself scoring goals against England like he does in the EPL. Just saying. 60 minutes gone, 30 minutes to go. 2 subs have come in. There will be more. But Aguirre, such an elder statesman, veteran coach, he won't do anything fast. Lucky break there. Ecuador, no foul. Carry on, says the referee. Going wide. Easy route. Get the wing, get the cross in. Oh dear, goes past one. Crossing through. And I tell you what, not a bad effort, but no target really. There's a hit and hope cross, really just a hit and hope. There's no accuracy in that one. Yarabamba, Ecuador attacking and creating chances. It comes, the freaking hydration, and the moment is lost. It is coming, yes. That's the problem, see. Another thing with these breaks is that it really kills your momentum. Soccer, football, it's all about flow. And when you're doing well in the game as a team, you know what I'm saying. You need to keep flowing. You know that goal is just there. You just need a little bit more time and you'll get the goal. But it's just taken away from you because you lose momentum when these breaks happen. I'm going to do a study. I'm going to go back and look at all the games, okay? The reports. And I'm going to look at when the goals fall. And other stats in and around the breaks, okay? And I'm going to come up with something. I will come up with something about that. That is going on the coach's file. Okay. How would I best word that? Yeah. Corruption breaks. That's what they're called. Check. And that's both halves. Both halves, okay? I'll come up with something. I like doing stuff like that, finding stuff like that. I'll come up with something. There'll be something in it that I can talk to you on. Corner now, coming up, Ecuador, going in. Nice corner, sweet into the middle. Onto the edge of the box, headed out. Couple of men down. Referee's still allowing play. Well, what do you know? Long sweeping ball into the box. Really no target. He'll do well to keep it in. He doesn't. Angulo is not a gazelle. He is human, and he does not move like a gazelle either with speed or looks. He doesn't even identify as a gazelle. He's a human. Milky Mood, but only 9 minutes to next ad attack. Yeah. Ad attack or heart attack? Corruption break. Oh, flowing through. Onside, going like the wind. Put it in the middle. You waited too long. Oh, when you go with flow, you got to keep the flow going. Don't put the brakes on. Oh, my life. That was goal number 3 right there. And he stops running. Why would you stop running? Throw that ball in early. When you're going down the wing like that and your buddy's in the middle, throw the ball early. He can then move into the box, take a great position, and whack it in the far corner. Sad. Oh, well, Raul, you'll have to wait a bit longer for that third goal, my friend. I'd have passed to you early, my man. Early. Yes, I would. Milky Mood target children. Clumby 20, the surprising thing is that Mexican team has not been able to produce a great player. The last player for Mexico was Hugo Sanchez. Yeah, we all remember Hugo. And he was not good for Mexican national team. No. What makes Mexico a great nation on the football pitch? I think it's that they've got this ability to read the play and know where to be. They're not over-combative. Ball over the top, coming through. He's maybe a shade onside. Quiones now cuts into the box. Looks for the pass, gets the corner. Flag stays down. It is a corner. But Mexico have always had great brains on the field. Great touch on the ball. Intelligent play. They know where to take this pressure away from the match in the pressure moment and put it into a no-pressure zone. Collect themselves after a couple of seconds and then remove up the field. They really manage, and that's what I'm saying, they manage the match perfectly. They also work well with the referee. They're not combative. So they do all the right things to stay in the referee's good books and linesmen's as well. Their play is disciplined, but the skill is underrated. The average player in Mexico's skill is underrated. And that building there, Azteca, ball coming in, home of the great Club America. Oh, great save by the keeper. That could have been 3-0 there. Wowza, really close. Big header. Could have been number 3. Cesar Montes. Oh, it was a lovely height. Another corner coming in. The best haircut or the worst haircut in the finals. Alvarado with the corner. Nice corner, back post again. And oh, I tell you, 2 close headers. Cesar Montes could have made it 3-0. But it's still 2-0. 2-0. 67 minutes. We're good on the clock. 67 minutes going in, and that's something I forgot to do that I'm working on for you and me. I'm going to get a clock up on the screen as well. That's the next thing I'm working on. Give me time. Rome was not built in a day. It was built in a day and a half. And now we have another corruption break. Yes, we do. We have a corruption break. Gianni Infantino's corruption breaks. Horrible corruption breaks. Yep, he's got his corruption breaks. Terrible fellow. Let's send Gianni some money. He has no money, poor fellow. He's broke. Milky Moose says, Sweden earlier, great looking on paper, but not really gelling as a whole unit. You know what? It's not fair to say it, but when I was watching that match, what came to my mind was lack of fight. Pretty plays on the ball, generic in total. Pretty plays on the ball, but lack of fight, man. I can't have that. If you're not willing to fight, then You shouldn't be there. There's a few players on that team did not have that competitive, I'm fighting for me life in this competition. I know you're going up against France, but while it was 0-0, they were looking good. As soon as the first goal went in, bang, they just go into a shell. And the way they were playing France was suicidal football. They were literally sitting back asking to be attacked. If you can't stay in a match better than that, then go back to a great tactic that the Germans used to bring when they were Germans, because they're not Germans anymore. When they were pure blood Germans, like decades ago, they had a total different mentality, a total different makeup. They were like iron-willed, do anything to get the win over the line, and they would get them late goals, and they would get those crazy 1-0s, and they would get outplayed sometimes, but come back with the striking moments of quality. The never say die attitude. You couldn't beat them, you know? I didn't see that, though, with Sweden. I really didn't. I was disappointed, mate. I tell you, I was disappointed. I thought they were better than that. I really did. I just want to check something online. Let's go in there. Are you alive? Hello? Yes, I can see you. On the pitch. The corruption break is still going. Mexico bringing a couple of subs in. And I think we paid Gianni enough money there, so up your ass, Gianni. No more money for you. That's it, you're done. Cut off. Liga MX is one thing, is the best league in America. Yeah, that is what makes Mexican football great. Correct. I think Liga MX is exactly what MLS is to the USA team as well. The insertion of the MLS for the second generation since it's been in has literally fostered into football a lot of young kids into Major League Soccer, which have gone on to further clubs per se, but it's helped them as well get a decent international team. It's not possible for Canada to go the same logistics because of the size of the country, and things are just growing right now. 20 minutes or so in the game. Can Ecuador open the door? We'll know soon. Can they do it? But too much east to west tonight. And again, when you see two teams lining up, one team's got one's number, yeah? Per se is the phrase. And Mexico has Ecuador's number. Coming into this match, I thought it would have been a bit tighter. I didn't see Ecuador being compromised that much in the first half as they were. But let's face it, they were. They were literally run circles around by Mexico, who were fully in control of the match. Still are. And they're sitting back, defending this goal lead. Ball's going out. Could be a corner. Indeed, it is a corner. But like I say, interesting match. Excuse me a second. Just going to get another page up I need. No, not that page. There we go. There, we can do that one. I'm fine with that. Eaton. Lovely. Close. Outline. Goal kick. Man down. He's getting up slowly. It's Montez, I believe. Plata concerned as well. Oh, yeah, he smacks him off the post. Yeah, Cesar Montes grazes the post with his head. I don't think he'll be too bruised because it looks like he breaks the fall with his hand. Jimenez coming off, the hero of the night. And Romo's coming off as well. Hope that heel's okay. Remember, he got smacked in the heel. It might be sore, but there's the hero of the night, Raul Jimenez. Coming off, must be feeling good, hey? 2 goals on the night in a World Cup match. You've got to be good with that, no? I think so. You've got to be good with that. Well, I'll tell you what. This is what we're looking for. Thank you very much. You eventually behaved yourself and did what I need. Thank you. You're very good. Okay, we got it all ready for us. I thought we had it up there too. I'm looking at the clock, 73, 34. Right, I'm going to refresh this. because that time is off. I don't know why they do this or how they do it, but they lose me a minute or so every time we come back. It's crazy. I don't know why. I don't know why. We'll hit refresh on their linking system, but I tell you, interesting. We'll be there in a second. Coming to us in a second. There we go. Go multiplexo. Throw it over there. We're good. Back into it. Goal for Ecuador about now would be fun, says Milky Moo Celtic. Would be. 15 minutes is a long time. A lot can happen, yeah? A lot can happen in 15 minutes. Seriously. I'm going to get rid of a couple of pages I don't need up here. That's okay. That can stay there. That's exactly what I need. Statisticians. Thank you very much. Get up there, son. Hello, hello. There we go. That's better. Got that already there. Don't need you. Thank you very much. Windy, we've done the weather. Ciao, Tutti. Get out of here. And that one, yeah. Okay. I'm just lining a couple of things up, guys. Give me a second. Thanks for your patience. Okay. All right. Goes past him. Big collision. Keeper's okay. Rangel looking none the worse for wear, but it was a bit of an impact. Boss is in the house. Do you know who that looked like? That looked like the guy off Narcos. The guy who flew the planes. El Señor de los Cielos. El Señor de los Cielos. Ball coming in. I know his name in Spanish, or what they call him, but I can't remember his name. Amado Carrillo Fuentes. He was the big drug lord. That's who that guy looked like. It's not him, but it looked like him. He's the boss up there. Ball coming back. Oh, I tell you what. So tough on Ecuador. But they still believe they can get into this. Bekasese still making orders on the bench. Still trying to make something happen, but is it going to happen? Hard to say. Colombia 20, it's not an immigration problem for Germany. Is that were the case, then all of European countries would have been in crisis for world football. No, you don't. You're not getting my point. My point is that 60, 70 years ago, when Germany hadn't got that immigration per se from one part of the country, they had a different mentality. I know because I lived there years ago, and I've traveled into Germany since, and I've talked to people since, and their whole mentality as a whole is different. They're not as solid mentally as they were, is my point. Columbia 20 says, is the lack of infrastructure and education for Europe in the world? That's an interesting point. That is an interesting point, yeah. And just going back on the immigration question there, it's not an immigration question about the world of football, because my point on Quinones earlier, I did say that he's recognized in Mexico as a Mexican and an international footballer, but not as a black man. That's not how they think. His color doesn't matter. His game does. And he's got game. He's got game, you know. But looking at a couple of teams that have gone out the World Cup already, Holland went out quietly. Germany, I tell you, you saw problems with Neuer and Germany in the game previously, how they get scored on in the box. And I'm not sure. I think it was Ecuador nicked one out of his hands. So there were weaknesses in the German national team's defensive zone, close to Neuer, in around him. That's the communication thing. But I did say Germany weren't going far. They're just not. They're just not that good. They've got good players, but they didn't come together. And they've got some players that are overrated, which is what will sometimes happen. You're good at club football, but you just can't cut it in the international game. International football just doesn't seem to do it for you. You can't get in there. But at your club level, you seem to be great. And you've seen many players like that. Mexico looking rather interested now. How can that be there? Give me a second here, guys. I'm trying to figure out why that clock is wrong. And I want to fix it. Interesting. Okay. Two seconds. Excuse me. Wait for there you go. Frozen screen back to life. Sorry guys, the screen just froze. Back with you now. 81 minutes gone. Still waiting for that moment, and it's just not going to happen. Corner coming up. Just doesn't seem to be their night. So get ready, Congo. Get ready, England, because it's coming your way. It's not coming slowly. It's coming fast. As soon as that second goal went in for Mexico, you knew the insurance marker was probably going to be enough. And on the night, it so has looked like it's enough. Let's talk on the strengths of Mexico. What have they done well? First off, they went about the mission of getting the goal. They wouldn't settle for the one. A lot of teams get the first goal and then slacken off, take a break, restore some time in the game. Hold the lead is the essence, and don't get scored on. So keep that one goal you've got. Then you've been in the game a little bit longer. You start moving again. The coach wants you to go get the second. The equalizer is not going to come. You need to get 2 goals ahead. The insurance marker. Then if the equalizer comes, you've still got one in hand. But yes, early tomorrow, we're going to be doing England taking on Congo. That's going to be interesting. The winner of that will move to this match. And I tell you, they won't be loving going to Mexico City. They won't be loving it. It's a big, big win-win-win for Mexico to play at the Azteca, and to keep playing there would be perfect. That won't happen. They will not continue playing there. But it has served as a big advantage. Bit of a collision. Nobody gets hurt, but two people bouncing. Are you saying Germany has a cohesion problem? Yes, I am. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. 100%. Years ago, you just knew that they were in their positions, in their slots, 100% of their time. They never let up. You could go through them physically and they wouldn't show any pain. They wouldn't break. They were just different mentality. They were literally ice cold in the veins. And they played literally in a different sense altogether. There was this pride about the German way of doing things back then that is not there now. There was a toughness about Germans back then that is definitely not there now. It's a different, absolutely different situation with the people. Now, if you want to talk further on that one, if you go to the eastern part of Germany, which was East Germany, DDR time, them people, they're nothing like the west of Germany's people. Nothing at all. And you see that in the way they vote, in the way that they voice their opinions about things. They're very direct and very in your face, yeah? They are the old, what you would say, Communist Party of East Germany that was with Russia, per se, before the wall came down. So that's the Eastern Germans. They are a different kind of people, man. They are tough as you can be. So there's different portions to Germany now. But when that reunification came along, and then a lot of immigration too as well, over the years, keeper makes a big fumble. Rangel, what are you doing, son? What are you doing? Dive on it, son. Woo! A little bit of a heart flutter. But I'm just saying, over the years, it has so changed the way the psyche of the German is. I know, because I lived there. When you talk about 1986, Columbia 20, Jurgen Klinsmann, from 2006 to 2026, I say those are the worst times for German football. Jurgen Klinsmann says that. I say he's absolutely right. Dour. Not good enough for a lot of the time. Dour. Really. They used to always be reckoned with as a threat. And coming into competition, it was a case of, yeah, they're the teams to watch out for because you know they're going far. Colombia with the ball, searching to the back post. Headed out, throwing coming up. Colombia's going to be in a situation, Colombia 20. I've told you once, I told you twice, we're going to get that game going. I will get that game going. Colombia 20, don't worry about it. We are coming through with that. But Mexican fans rejoicing. Preciado with the throw-in, number 17. Watch how he throws it. Into the box. The ball has not bounced kindly all night for the guys in yellow. It really hasn't. It could have done once or twice, but it chose not to. And they've worked so hard. All night long, they've worked hard. But sometimes you just don't have the luck of the run. It's not your night. The home team's got it going. Someone claiming it came off for Mexican. Take a second look. Ball chips in. It might well have done. Shoulder tells you otherwise. Nice long ball by Mexico. Cooking up the clock. 88 minutes gone. Another great day's work for Javier Aguirre and his troops. As soon as that second goal went in, it was settled. Ball in the box. Edge of the box. Still bouncing around. Ecuador coming up with the scraps, letting it go for the throw. Keeps it in. 1-on-1. Takes him on. Doesn't get past him. And it's now throw-in. Whoops, get out of the way, fans. A little bit of bad talking between a couple of players. It's getting to the stage where they know they're going out the World Cup. Can somebody get something on net? One stop, two stop, one shot block, two shot block. Mexico get the ball up the field. Going on his own. Can he beat the last man? He's got people running with him. He needs help. He's getting help. Lays it off, but that's a terrible pass. Great tackle. Terrible pass, though. Could have been the third goal, but it wasn't. Great to watch, though. Great to watch. Columbia 20. Jurgen Klinsmann, 2006. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant to 2026. Yarabama. Germany last standing was 2014. From there, totally shambolic. I have to agree. 100% Yarabamba. 100%. I love the expressions on the fans in slow motion. Like I say, get the camera on the fans. That's where the real stories are. That's where the fun pictures are. We're right on 90 minutes right now. How much added time have we got? The board's going up right now. I say 5 or 6. Looks like 1. Was that 1? Excuse me, just 1 minute. Was that it? Well, if we get done in 60 seconds, we're done in 60 seconds then, as the saying goes. 7. Sorry, not 1, 7. 7 minutes for Ecuador to finally get something done. Rangel plays with it, goes down, catches, saves, takes a break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Book him. He needs a card. Took too long. Peter Byrne, East Germany, Stasi HQ is now Facebook office. That's funny, eh? You know what I mean? Makes you think, doesn't it, eh? I tell you. By chance, by coincidence, maybe not. Columbia 20, Germany is lacking education and infrastructure and moral and work ethic, and the auto industry is being destroyed with the left, the far left and globalists. Absolutely. 100%. When I lived in Germany, it was a different world, man. Different world. I'll tell you what, when I lived in Germany, it was kick ass. It was the country in Europe that you wanted to be in. Goal in the top corner, just going over. Oh, I tell you, misses by a hair, but close, close, close. Nearly there. Number 3. Pineda. Love that guy. Small, diminutive little figure, but plays a massive game. For me, he's the consummate Mexican. The way he looks, the way he plays, the way he behaves. Perfect Mexican. He's always busy. He's always active. Foul. That was a little bit hard. Oberlin did not deserve that kind of treatment. I mean, that deserves one of them. That's how you break people's legs. He just lashes out. Bang. Oberlin goes down like a sack of potatoes, and you know what? Yeah, well done, referee. You finally got it out, did you? Well done, son. Well done. I tell you. Do you think other countries have dealt with the cohesion question and have come out the other side so as these problems are not evident on the pitch? I think widespread you can see that it has happened. Yes, I think you can. Referee's doing a great job on keeping calm there and keeping the players calm. Absolutely. It's funny. I was looking at it today, and I go back to something way back in the day. Not so far, actually, but you think about the Olympics years and years and years ago, and I used to love the Olympics. I don't watch the Olympics anymore. I haven't got no time for it, really, because it's not what it's supposed to be. It's changed its complexion completely. And what I mean by that is that I used to love the Olympics, and call me a traditionalist, call me a romanticist, fair dues. But as a kid, when I watched the Olympics, VAR's coming, hello, Stevie gets a chance to use his VAR. Watch your screens right now. You'll see VAR is coming. The little VAR guy's on screen. He's having a look. They're having a look. We're having a look. They're having a look. They're having a look. He covered his mouth. I told you he's talking shit. We're having a look. He's getting sent off. He's getting sent off. He put his hand on his mouth. He's getting sent off. He's getting sent off. He's getting sent off. He put his hand on his mouth. He's getting sent off. He's getting sent off. He's getting sent off. The ref went to the back pocket. He's getting sent off. He covered his mouth. He covered his mouth. He covered his mouth. The ref said, get off. We're going to cut that up. That's the second guy at the World Cup to be carded for having his mouth and bad mouthing. I think it's a ridiculous thing, because what happened here, and you saw it all unwind. You saw him beaking off earlier, a couple of seconds earlier, and a minute earlier, and they're beaking off in each other. So VAR has tracked them, found a violation, and got a guy sent off. That's not what VAR was supposed to be implemented for. They're dreaming up things and tracking things like policemen. And if you start using VAR and the camera like that, you're obviously going to find things. But where do you cut and where do you literally draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Now a guy's team are a man short just because he did this. Who gives a shit what he says if he's covering his mouth? Players have been covering their mouth in the top leagues for years, so that you can't lip read what they're saying. If he hits somebody, if he spits, if he headbutts or does something like that, sure, get the red card out. But for this? Really? I think it's farcical. I think it's really farcical. And that's another law that was implemented just before the start of the World Cup. Okay? So no one's been able to look at it, analyze it, get used to it. But you've had two guys sent off. Almiron was the other guy from Paraguay. He got sent off for covering his mouth too. Ludicrous. And it's VAR that did it, like the little man flashing on the screen. Absolutely ridiculous. Does the entertainment need that? Is what I'm asking you. Does the entertainment really need it to go to that level where guys get sent off because they don't want you to see what they're saying? Really? And sticks and stones will break my bones, but words shall never hurt me. How weak have people turned into? Really? It's crazy. It's crazy. Thank you, little VAR man. You did your job. Crazy, crazy, crazy times. Does he deserve to be sent off? That's the question. Does he deserve to be sent off? That really is the question. I don't know so much. I really don't know so much. I think that's a little harsh, tell you the truth. To be quite frank. Frank? There you are. Let's have you over there. Time is done. Game should be through pretty soon. Into the post game right now. There's another free kick coming up with a yellow card. But like I say, great performance here by Mexico. Ecuador offered very little up front, let's be honest. Cover your mouth so you don't spit on someone as well. If you ever played ball, please try a loose saliva. Cheetah Vinicius. Cheetah Vinicius. Speak no evil. Hincape, so silly, yeah. Yeah. But again, that rule was invented just before the World Cup. I mean, These players have covered their mouths for years. It's part of what they do. And like I say, who cares what they say? Who cares what they say? Really? Game over. So there you go. Ecuador done. Rangel and Mexico going through to the round of 16. Big day for Mexico. Big day for Mexico. Absolutely huge day for Mexico. They are going through. They are absolutely happy. Going to go back on the other screen. Give me a second. Coming back on that camera right there. So it can look straight at you and straight at the stats. But I tell you, what a great game. What a great game for Mexico. A little bit of a disappointing game for Latri, but for Eltri, brilliant. Jimenez on 31, Quinones on 22. Quinones' goal opens it up on, you would say, probably one of the best leathered shots of the World Cup so far. He took it on the wing, halfway, timed his offside run perfectly. Welcome to the post-game show. Make me see your man of the match. Bring your man of the match, guys. But he took the ball from the halfway line, timed the offside run perfectly with the ball through. His first touch was great. Second touch was great. Then he cuts in front of the defender where you thought the defender may have slowed down and tried to block the shot. But he was lost by the speed of Quinones and how he came inside. And as soon as he came inside, he twists back and leathers it through the defender per se, into the corner, right up high. And I tell you, keeper has no chance at all. Second goal, got to say, Raul Jimenez, header goes in, he gets another one, and day done. Great day for El Tri. Moving on to the round of 16, where they probably will meet England, Congo, for sure. But who are you picking to go through there? That's an interesting thing. They play tomorrow. Join us for tomorrow for that game. But who do they want to see? Congo might give them a tougher match physically. England are a bit more standoffish, relying on their counter-attacking and their defensive prowess. England are relying too much on keeping teams off the board, per se. They need to worry about getting goals against big teams. Quinny for man of the match. I tell you. Mexico's celebrating on the night. All their fans happy. The Mexican nation has something to cheer for. And I tell you, they're still alive, looking good. They're looking good. 9th in the world from 14th before this competition started. You can see what it means to everybody. Literally, you can see what it means to them. They are fanatical about El Tri, the team. Fanatical Mexican football fans in Azteca Stadium. There's Quinones, number 16. He scored the first. Brilliant goal. Absolutely brilliant goal. And these guys are going to remember this for the rest of their lives. They were absolutely monumental. But yeah, Quinones on 22. Raul Jimenez on 31. And they're dancing away the night. The fans are dancing with them. It's a great scene. Stadium still very full. Not many people going home just yet. Everybody's living the fiesta for the night. Grabbing some World Cup fever. Nobody's got a long face. Nobody at all. I'm looking. We're going to check into the stats here pretty quick. Colombia say Congo because of the defense. Yeah. I mean, like, coming into this, England's defense on qualifying, lots of shutouts. But look who they played. Not always the highest quality teams. A lot of lower quality teams. They're getting found out at the World Cup stage against bigger teams. So tomorrow against Congo, for England, the winner plays Mexico. But the problem is, England haven't got a fantastically thrilling record against African teams at the World Cup. They haven't lost yet, but there's some draws and some wins in there. And African teams seem to make life hard for England. So there's a two-way effect for Mexico in the situation. If England win over Congo, because we don't know yet, Congo's going to take a lot of juice out of that English machine. So much so that when they get to Mexico City at altitude, they're still going to feel the Congo game. In the last 30 minutes especially, mark my words, England players will be sucking air, per se, or won't be as fast or as fleet-foot as what you saw with these Mexicans tonight. So England's got a big problem coming up with altitude, heat, dehydration, per se, and staying in the match. They just literally took Ecuador apart. Ecuador's a good team. They don't normally get silenced that easy. They normally fare better. Mid-20s in the FIFA rankings. But Mexico silenced them pretty good tonight. Let's go into the stats. I'm going to take you with me 1 second as we get to bring it up. We're going to go into the stats, but you're into the post-game now. Looking for man of the match from everybody. Give me a man of the match. We're going to go offline right now. Give me a second. Here we go. Into the stats straight away. So there you go, straight away. 2-0 on the night. Mexico over Ecuador in the round of 32. As I said, Julian Quinones on 22 and Raul Jimenez on 31. Very late red card for Hincapi. Hand on the mouth. Hand on the mouth. And the other guy who got sent off this World Cup, hand on the mouth, was Almiron from Paraguay. So Paraguay and Ecuador both have players sent off for hand on the mouth. Looking at the stats as they were, it's all green for Mexico. It's all green. 15 shots, 3 on target. 8 shots, 1 on target. Not so bad by Ecuador. 57% possession because at halftime, Mexico sat back, job done, and they pretty much knew they weren't getting scored on. All they had to do was endure 45 minutes of football, reduce the other team to outside shots, crosses per se, but nothing close on, and don't use up too much energy. Save what you got for the next round for England or for the Republic of Congo. 10 fouls to 14. 3 yellow cards to Ecuador. Nothing to Mexico. 1 red card. Ecuador. Not 1 to Mexico. 1 offside. Ecuador. Not to Mexico. And 8 corners, which was very impressive in the final phase, moving to the end of the match in the second half, where there was some relentless pressure by Ecuador, but it just didn't pay off. 3 corners, incidentally, for El Tri. On the night, it wasn't El Tri's day, it was El Tri's night. But not La Tri. La Tri going out. Sadly, another team leaves the competition, coming back on screen. But another team leaving the competition, I've got to tell you, we're into the man of the match and we're into the post-match. I'm going to take man of the match to take it out of the way right now. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3. Uno, dos, tres. Out you go. Thank you. But man of the match, give me a man of the match as we're closing this one down. But I think at the end of the day, the team that won probably should have done. Mexico at home is proving to be a hard nut to crack. And if you go back a couple of years ago, Mexico were not in this form. So right now, they're surging in form, surging in confidence. The big hitters on the team are doing it. They got strikers scoring. As a home team, they're going about business quietly, but they're making a big dent in the competition. They're now in the last 16 with a home match coming up. What can go wrong? Really, it's all playing to a wonderful World Cup to continue for El Tri. Next up is definitely going to be a toughie, but I think coming into either England or into Congo, they got a chance of moving through, and likely tougher to go through Congo physically, but tougher to go through England probably if they hit the level that they can with the skill and the finishing, especially Danger Man Harry Kane. Just saying. Also depends how Pickford does in the back, in net. Not the biggest keeper in the world, easy to chip. If he has a rush of blood to the head and comes out of that net, maybe some skilly Mexican just picks him off from range. It's going to be an interesting duel. You can say the same kind of thing with Congo. But tomorrow morning, we go again here at Ultimate Soccer. We watch England taking on Congo. I'm not saying who's going to win that. It could go either way. You may think England is possibly the favourite there. But does it matter? Because on the day, anybody can win. And that is not a David and Goliath fixture either or. There's two teams there capable of making that a victory on either side. We're going to have to wait and see. Ultimate Soccer Show, watch along. Next up, watch me with that one. Yarabamba, Incapi doesn't play the first Ecuador qualifier match for 2030. Absolutely, out of it. Milky Moose Celtic, the mighty Quinn. There we go. There we go. If you're looking for a man of the match, I think I'm going to nominate man of the match tonight myself after this one and into the emails. It's overwhelmingly interesting that you got two scorers, two great goals. And I think the goals is what defines this match tonight. Both teams equalised, cancelled each other out, call it what you like. It was even for much of the play. You can say or argue that Mexico had more of the first half, which they did, and constructed two goals to half-time to lead 2-0 at the half. Brilliant first half. Second half, Mexico sits back, relaxes, lets Ecuador have the play, but Ecuador can't break that down, can't pick the lock, just can't find that pass. The shot's always off, or Rangel has the right positioning to make a nice gather on a cross or on a shot. And added this, the defensive line, Mexico made ample enough blocks on the day too, and the togetherness, the work rates, even the subs coming in and out. Note I didn't say impact players. Subs coming in and out really kept the boat afloat at the same level. It didn't raise it, didn't drop it, it kept it where it was. Coming off this one, 2 hours of football plus added time, Mexico is a happy team, happy camp, nothing's going wrong, gaining confidence all the time. They are a threat to either England or Congo next match. And I would so far as go to say they are probably slight favourite in that match, even though England is 4 places higher than Mexico in the rankings, which coming into the competition was 10 places between them. It's now close. Mexico's form is something to be noted. Being at home is a big advantage in a World Cup. That's a big ask for Congo. It's a big ask for England in the next match. I tell you that. Going into the chat. Ecuador also plays in altitude, especially in Quito, and today they have been able to deliver. Yeah, but that moment the quality failed them. They couldn't find that goal. If they'd have got a goal in the second half early, like I was talking as the game was opening in the second half, if they'd have got that goal early in the second half, it could have spurned them on to get the 2-2. It really could. 3 goals was always going to be mission impossible in the second half. You didn't get 1 in the first half. You're going to get 3 in the second half. Very unlikely. Wishful thinking. Lovely to see it. Would have been a massive comeback win. But in sincerity and reality, you couldn't see them scoring. They just didn't have it. And on the day, you've seen it before. You've seen it before. One team shows up that's just much bigger than you. It has your number. No matter what you do, destiny says you're not winning this one. We are. And it's just one of them days. Colombia 20. Mexico has Javier Aguirre, who has the better manager for the round of 16. I think with his experience, he's probably one of the best managers in the whole competition, to be quite honest. 5th time he's been at a World Cup. Factor that one in. There's also 2 times as a coach with Mexico. And if I'm right, the furthest Mexico's ever gone is around a 16. And they're looking to go further as a home team. Well, they've got a great chance of doing that. Colombia 20. Mexico wants the 5th game. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They do. And I tell you what, like I say, off the back of this match and the form that they've got, the strikers are playing great. Nobody's making a bad name for themselves in the midfield. They're not getting carded. They don't play dirty. At the back, it's nice and slick. They pass and move out of defence, no problem. They're very calm on the ball. They're good on the ball. Every Mexican loves to hold the ball. It's not a hot potato. They're not scared to be on the ball in close quarters with you. They can move, pass, get out of positions quite easy without worrying about you coming close to nick the ball. So they're very confident, even in the goalkeeping. You got Rangel in there doing a great job. I'm not saying anything about Ochoa because he's had his day. He's a backup keeper, but big respect to Ochoa. Big respect. But he's a backup keeper right now. He can come in and do a job for sure. But Rangel is the man. So looking top to bottom, Everything's working. If you were the manager of Mexico right now, you have very little to complain about. If anything, you probably complain that you can't get guys on the bench more time because your first 11's doing so bloody good. So for me, Mexico's got very little to complain about. They're staying in situ. The next game's at the Azteca. Hey, I'd be worried about Mexico if I was England or if I was Congo. And I'm being honest. Can't take them lightly. You cannot. Mexico want el quinto partido. Yes, they do. They do. They want the fifth game. Yes, they do. Yarabamba. Canada had the same luxury like Mexico playing home. Not fair. Yeah, it's like we could have still been at home had we have won that or drawn or won against Switzerland. We'd still be home, Yarabamba. So they'd still be playing. Well, they would have been playing the last game per se in Vancouver. So keep winning, and that luxury is afforded you. But when you lose, well, you fall out of the slot. You give up your advantage. I think, to be honest with you, as long as our fans can get to see the team that want to travel into the States, into Mexico, in Canada, wherever it is, as long as they can get to see the team and get what they want out of that trip and out of that match and that experience, I think that's an important thing for me as thinking as well. Excuse me, just a second. I'll tell you why. Is because when I was watching the match Los Angeles, Canada taking on South Africa, I'm not feeding your lines, I'm just being really honest. When I was looking into the crowd, the Canadian fan zones, there were people in that zone, up and down in that stadium, that I know personally. So I know personally who I know close was in that crowd. And there was a lot of people in that crowd that I could absolutely identify. So when people get that opportunity to go to a World Cup right nowadays to support Canada, just being a little selfish here, I think get in there and have an absolute barn-burning time, really, because a World Cup is something rare between anybody seeing it on their own time zone. You normally get to see it on someone else's time zone, so we are very lucky that the World Cup is in North America. Absolutely very lucky, because the timings work perfectly for us. If you're on the other side of the world, well, it doesn't. But there's been many World Cups that I've watched where I've been the one getting up early, crazy in the morning to watch World Cup matches. Not that I'd mind it. But this one, for Canadian fans especially, is one that you're probably going to wait a long time for it to be like this again. You could say a South American country is going to get awarded a World Cup, quite possibly. But it doesn't seem to be the trend right now, does it? It seems to be more Eastern, where lots of money flow. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, just saying. Canada had the same luxury. Yeah, they did. Colombia 20. Mexico in 2002 was the last time to get to the round of 16. There you go. And they want to get further this time. That was in the press, and Javier Aguirre wasn't saying it, but in the press was they want to get further in this World Cup than that World Cup, and they want to set a record. And on the back of this match going into the next one, I say they've got a great chance. They are flowing. They are full of confidence. There's a happy togetherness, not a working togetherness. There's a natural togetherness with Mexico that you let yourself think that, yeah, they could chalk off a big number here and they could find themselves in deep water. And when you're in deep water, put your minds back to the last World Cup. Morocco. They went far. Okay? Just saying. For my money, Mexico's moving like a Morocco of 2022 in the 2026 World Cup. But they got the goals. They got goals in them. They're not a Greece of 2004 winning 1-0. They got goals in them. But at the same time, they're not collecting goals. So defensively, they're staying very, very tight. Defensive integrity is what title-winning teams bring in bag loads, and also keeping the same lineup as close to every match as you can. Going into the chat, guys. Colombia, 20. Great point. The last great team from Mexico was 1993 Copa America. Yeah, I'd go with that. I'd go with that. There was a long time where you could say the USA and Mexico were battling for Gold Cup competition for a couple of decades between there and now kind of thing as well. Yeah, since then, in the last 5 to 6 years, Canada's jumped in the act of being one of the big three. Costa Rica had their time up there marching it. Panama's up there as a big team right now in CONCACAF. But yeah, 93, I go with that. That's right. Mexico doesn't have to travel until the quarterfinal, and that's what I'm saying. Win this one against England or Congo, which is quite possible. I think that England needs to worry about losing to Mexico in Mexico. I think that's a great worry for them. And if England or Congo is to overcome Mexico in the Azteca, it's going to take a massive effort from every single guy. Just look how easy Mexican players run up and down that field at that altitude because they're acclimatized to it. It's their world. And then look at other teams. Other teams slowly just start sucking wind. It happens to all the teams. So that's why I say they've got a big advantage against England and against Congo in that next match. Milky Moo, like the cover of Sgt. Pepper's. In my opinion, Congo would be the favourite to win against Mexico because of the terrain that Congo play in Africa. And Africa is the second strongest continent in world football. That could well happen. No doubt about it. Yeah, remember, Mexico big test is next match. They are reaching their limits where they typically buckle. Another good point. Absolutely. I mean, they're full of confidence. They're at the height of their game. But it's their home. It's their crowd. Spiritually, it's their big cathedral, their big cathedral. You know, it's like, it's a special place. Spiritual place. For Mexican football, it's like a shrine, if you want to say, you know. So I think, quite honestly, they are my favourite coming in. I think you've got a good point with the buckling situation. They're close to it. But teams that are about to do something big that they've never done before, they play to their limit and then they grow. When that pressure gets too much at anything, but when the pressure really starts to mount up and you can't even take a breath because you're so worked up inside about the pressure building up, therein is the moment to take the breath, suck it in, ride that moment, get strong in that moment, whether it be anxiety or full-out fear of what's on you. But you grow in that moment, you eat that moment, you spit it out, and you grow bigger than that moment that scares you or puts you into a nervous wreck situation. And you grow. And you taste that fear, that anxiety, and it makes you a stronger player. That can happen to teams in battles. That's going to be a battle for Mexico, England, Congo. Whoever comes out of that and goes to a quarterfinal will have earned it. But I guarantee you, they're going to be in a pressure cooker, all of them. All of them. It's who can stand the pressure. Because if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. It's that simple. That's what it's going to look like. And knowing the mentality of certain teams, talk on firstly Mexico, their mentality. You've seen it tonight. There's nothing wrong with what they're doing. They don't seem to have a problem with the game. The transition play, the defensive play, up front is great. In defence is fine. Goalkeeping, superb. Everything's clicking in the right order. Can't say the same for England. Can't say the same at all. They look awkward. They look slow. They look heavy, lethargic, disinterested. Call the egos into line as well. By the time you get to Mexico, you don't correct all of that. I think you're looking like another England team from years ago that was there that didn't get too far. That's what I'm saying. For Congo, you're expecting more from them with a Mexico match than I do from England, to be honest with you. Tough nut to crack in defence. They'll stick back, park their buses, and hope to go for extra time. England will open up the play and won't match Mexico for energy, but their play will match them. It's whether their clinical finishing and service gets to Harry Kane or whoever at the moment plays up front for the English team. And Tuchel, the coach, he's had 3 games there at the World Cup in the group phase where I don't think any England fan, to be quite honest with you, would say that they were impressed or thrilled how they went about those matches. I don't think England fans are excited about what they've seen. They want to see something better. So it's got to start quick for England now. They've had 3 matches together, 3 matches in camp at a World Cup. Likewise, Congo. They now have to show what those 3 matches have done for the cohesion and the training and the overall product on the field. 3 matches together as a squad, as a team, is long enough to start getting it together. These guys know each other from qualifying, etc., etc. It's now time to put it on the pitch and make it count. Just in the chat, guys. Colombia 20 says, Morocco is hungry for a championship because of 2022 and 2026, a African Cup of Nations. Absolutely. And they're also trying to go further than they did in 2022, where, let's be honest, everybody was loving what they were doing. I don't think there was anybody that didn't really have a good smile on their face about what Morocco were doing at the World Cup. I think they caught everybody's attention, everybody's imagination. And to be honest with you, people slightly fell in love with them at the 2022 because they were the underdog. They were David battling with a bunch of Goliaths. It nearly came off. So I think that Morocco are looking to go further, and who can blame them? And look at the way they've assaulted FIFA rankings over the last year or so. The way they've come from out of the top 10 to into the top 10, and they're still marching. It's absolutely a phenomenal success story. Really is. Milky Moo people in the crowd? I don't know what you mean, but it's funny. You're laughing. So funny people in the crowd, he says. But Mexican team doesn't have a good defense. It's only the middle part of the field. If they get hit by a decent offense, a decent attack, in momentum, with strength, while the energy levels are up, you can mount a goal on Mexico for sure. That defense can be cracked. It can. But the longer the game goes, the harder that is to do. But yeah, I agree with you. They can be scored on for sure. To lose the game, someone's going to have to do it. And that's the hardest part about football, is to get the ball in the back of the net, just to be honest with you. Plenty of marching powder in the England dressing room for that. I tell you. They need some of that to get somewhere. Yeah, remember, Mexico, Colombia, buckle under pressure. Mexico equals Colombia, buckle under pressure. Could be. They're going to have to see. They'll be under pressure in the next match because it will be for all the marbles. You've got to win again. And that's the thing. Now the matches mean something. It's not the group stage. Group stage, normally World Cup, you know it, Yarabamba, everybody else, is boring until the final game where it's for everything. And all the knockout round matches have always been what you needed. Win, move on, lose, pack your bag and your soap, get on the plane, go home. Simple. So it's a case of win and move on. Don't forget your soap if you're going home. But the next round will answer a lot of questions. Sort the wheat from the chaff, says Milky Moo. Great statement. Absolutely. Colombia 20 says, the only thing that Congo have to do is keep the ball away from Harry Kane. Yeah. And again, I'm going to say this. England make hard work against African teams. African teams really fare well on the field. And if an African team that's faring well on the field can have their moments of quality at the far end of the field in front of Pickford, then a win can be had. The favourites may be on paper England to win, but they're not playing at home. And they don't normally play Congo. So you have no sort of historical stress to work with at the moment. Right now, I'd be more worried if I was England, not Congo, because you have it to do and you've been subpar all the way through. You can't say the same about Congo. Congo literally deserve to be where they are. England deserve to be where they are as well. But Congo's been more achieving in their standards than England, putting it simply. Colombia 20. Morocco is more technical side of football. Yeah, absolutely. And that's not a shock. It's not a shock. I said the other day that whilst training a team of Somalians, not Moroccans, not even in the same part of the world, quite a distance between those two countries, I know that. But when I was training some Somalians and picking Somalians for a team, the one thing that went straight bang was when I was looking at Moroccan players, different situation. They all have this given quickness of feet, sleight of hand, call it what you will. But invariably, I came across a lot of guys that had really good feet, quick skill, and could lose a man with skill in tight places. They had that skill. So in tight places, if they really unearthed their strength in tight places in football, could be tic-tac-toeing like round people and literally scoring wizard goals. So there's a lot of talent there. The world has different talents in different areas, just like each country has a different language. Well, the football played in each country is played slightly differently. There's different traits. There really is. How people go around the game, why they think about a game. I'll leave you with something that you've never heard in your lives right now. This will shock you and it'll make you think what's left in the rest of this brain. When a goal goes in the back of the net, listen carefully. When a goal goes back into the net, I'm going to play something for you that we played early. When a goal goes back into the net, you hear something. What is it that you hear when the ball hits the back of the net? You hear this. That's what you hear. Goal. Yeah. If you're German, they shout Tor, T-O-R, which is the same as goal. Tor. Yeah. Everybody shouts goal in every country, don't they? Not the English, the Scottish, the Irish, or the Welsh, or the Northern Irish, or the North Irish. They don't shout goal. They shout one word, and they scream it to the top of their voices. And it's, yeah! They shout yes, but it's, yeah! Why is it that the British shout yes, and the rest of the world shout goal? Ever thought about that? I know you will now. Something else, hey? To close it down, looking at the final chit-chats, and then we will get ready for England-Congo, but... are you shouting yes or are you shouting goal? It tells you from where you are from the world. It does. Milky Moose says, you recognize faces in the crowd from the Canada game like St. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I did. Yeah, remember, in a friendly, England 1, Senegal 3. Absolutely. On the money. And also recently, England 0, Japan 1. Japan just going out. I'm sad to see Japan going out. Happy to see Brazil go forward. But yeah, England have their problems with African teams. Mark my words. It won't look pretty. It's going to be an attritional match. A battle of attrition. An absolute battle of attrition. But after 90 minutes, maybe extra time, maybe the lovely, certainly not the dreaded penalty kicks, we'll know who's going forward. But to sum it up, there's only one set of fans that's going to be shouting, yeah, or goal. After all that time, you just have to wait and see who it is tomorrow. But we're going to have a great time. Join me again. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm so grateful for you guys in the chat. You make it happen, and I'm so happy that you're here. Let's keep enjoying the World Cup. Come back tomorrow for England-Congo, and we'll see who's cheering goal or yeah. That'll make you think, hey? I hope it did at that match. Cheers, guys.